Is this even posted on the group?
Yeah, I just posted it.
Okay.
We are live. This is your OmniBros Live for the week of June 29th, 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, we are already over halfway through this year. Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. And for those of you that are straight and proud, happy heterosexual day, I guess. Yay?
Let's celebrate being normal, quote unquote.
Okay. But yeah, I hope everybody is doing completely well. I hope everybody is enjoying today and you are being happy, fruitful, doing lawn division, and all that good stuff. Boom, boom. Let me double check to make sure everything is going well before we really take off. Yeah, everything is going well. Okay.
Chat's up.
Chat is up. Everything is running well. With me, as always, no, he is not Just Bragg. No, he is not Ryleymo. We have the backup team today. They could not make it here, unfortunately. Just Bragg got a stomach flu. He was really sick. Could not make it. And Ryleymo, well, he's being up for reviewed by Matt Miranda because this is like his third week in a row that he's missed. So, but yeah, with us today, you know him, you love him. He's the big guy, all the way from Puerto Rico, Mr. Giovanni Menendez from A Week in Geek.
Sup, everybody? I am so happy to be here. Thank you to the lovely crowd out there in the internet land. Yeah, I am very happy to be part of the DH with my man Gabe over here, which he'll talk in a few seconds. But yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
Gio, I think everybody's question that is on their minds. There's one. What did you think of the Inhumans stream? Just real quick before we get going.
I'm biased because I love the Inhumans. I think it could do better with if it were a movie with more effects. But I'm down. I'm gonna have some fun with it because it's about having fun and enjoying your favorite characters on TV. So screw the haters. I'm sorry.
There you go. I love to hear that. Not to mention, you also bought your IMAX ticket.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
I'm there.
That's really awesome. I'm glad you enjoy it. I wasn't too crazy on it, but man, Lockjaw looks cool.
I hope everybody likes it and he becomes like the next Baby Groot because we love dogs. So yeah.
Oh well, who doesn't love dogs?
And we all know Lockjaw is the best dog in comics too.
Crypto. I would say Crypto.
Nah.
No,
Really?
Crypto would get humped by by Lockjaw.
I would say Crypto. Of course, that voice, you know him, you love him. You guys have heard of him at some point. Come on. He fills in whenever he can. He hangs out with me a lot of times doing the Q&A. Mr. Gabe Bustamantes from Gabe Infinity Watch.
What's up, everybody? Man, it's cool to be here. It's always a great time to hang out with my Vatos Locos crowd on these live streams. Yeah, I hope Jess feels better soon. And birthday shout out to Riley.
Yep.
It's his birthday today?
Well, no,
the 4th.
He's taking like a birthday. I think he said birthday trip or something with his lady.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He was born on 4th of July, which is as American as you can get, really, when you think about it.
Yep. It's a birthday extravaganza.
Yeah.
It's also a really fucked up movie.
What?
Yeah.
Born on the 4th of July?
4th of July.
Never seen it.
Oh, man, it's a fucked up Vietnam movie.
Really?
Yep.
Tom Cruise, right? Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know what? I'm so excited that we're talking about cartoons because, seriously, cartoons is like the thing I like as much as I do comic books. So,
well, originally what this week's episode was supposed to be Ed Brubaker. Like, Jess had read a whole bunch of stuff, but then that fell apart after Jess left and, like, Riley couldn't make it. So we're like, I have been binge watching the hell out of Dragon Ball Z Super and Adventure Time lately. So I'm like, bump it. Let's just do cartoons. You know, everybody loves cartoons.
Perfect topic, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And I remember that we talked about it before where we really loved Street Sharks. Like, Street Sharks is something we had in common. Like, you brought the DVD over when you came and visited me, but we never got a chance to sit down and watch it because we were so busy doing things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we bonded over Street Sharks. Dude,
Gio, don't laugh. You're not a Street Sharks apologist?
Like, I remember the show growing up, but that's about it.
Street
Dude,
Sharks.
At the Las Vegas convention I was at this weekend, there was a booth that was selling animation cells.
Ooh.
And it had like a handful of Street Shark ones for like $40.
Oh my god, I would have loved that.
They weren't that great, you know. They weren't anything like cool like character shots really. But I was like $40. I should have picked up one, but
it's still Street Sharks, man.
Exactly. I mean, the guy's on eBay. I'll just buy them from him off of eBay one day or something.
What was the catchphrase that they used to sing?
Jawsome.
Yes, Jawsome.
Oh my god.
It's awesome. God, oh man.
That is so 90s.
That is my. You shut your whore mouth. That is my childhood you're talking about.
Okay. Cool.
You never got into Street Sharks, do you? Not at all.
I may have watched it, but it didn't stick on me. I don't know. It was one of those shows, I guess.
Oh.
Dude, it's all about. We'll get more into it later because you gotta do like what you bought, what you read, but it's all about Street Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars.
Oh.
Exo Squad, Bucky O'Hare, Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys.
Mighty Max.
Damn.
You remember Mighty Max?
I do remember Mighty
Max.
Max.
Yep.
Dino Saucers, Dino Riders. There's a lot of cool dinosaur cartoons.
Basically, if they could make dinosaurs with like robots in any way, shape, or form, it was a hit.
Yes.
Like, you had me.
Oh man, we'll talk about that more later because I got shit to say. But yeah.
It's good stuff, man. But yeah, for those of you, like we said, we're talking cartoons later tonight. It's been a pretty good week so far. I hope everybody else is having a good week. I am going to go ahead and pass it off to Gio as far as, for those of you out there that this is your first time, we kind of do a what we bought, what we read segment before we get into the main topic. Gio, what did you buy, man?
Not a whole lot. I did get Irredeemable Volume 4, which should arrive someday. I did get some Aquaman books I was missing, and the only thing that arrived for this show is Prison School Volume. What volume is this? Volume 7. Yeah, really edgy, not safe for work stuff that I cannot open because we're gonna get flagged for semi-porno thingy. So, yeah.
That looks like the kind of book you won't be able to take over the Canadian border.
No. It'll get detained, and I will be questioned as to why there are naked ladies wrestling and being abused and other stuff. I want to show you guys, but I can't. So it's really funny. It's a great show. Don't get me wrong. Don't start like, oh, that guy from A Week in Geekdom, this is pervert. No, it's a fun show about ladies that are in prison for doing awful things, and they're trying to escape.
So is it like the manga version of Orange is the New Black?
Stuff like that. No, basically, I'll summarize it real quick. It's about these guys that enter a newly opened, it was formerly a female college school thing, but now it's co-ed. And they get caught peeping at the girls' bathroom, shower time, whatever. So they get sentenced to a prison school inside the actual dorm and stuff, like this secret society of the students, of girls that have this school. So they have to escape, and eventually some hijinks ensue. It's really funny, really like your type of raunchy Western comedy, but, with Japanese tropes.
So is it kind of like High School of the Dead?
Yes, but without the zombies and more fan service.
Oh, okay. Have you ever read High School of the Dead or watched the anime?
I have the anime on Blu-ray. Don't judge me.
Hey. No, High School of the Dead is awesome, dude. I love that show.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people get upset because of the fan service. I'm like, that is part of the experience. It's part of the fun.
It was actually my girlfriend that got me into High School of the Dead. She's like, sit down and watch this. I'm like, I don't know, it's high school and everything. We started watching it, and like 3 or 4 hours later, I'm like, oh my god, this show is amazing.
And like, I am so sad that the story will never finish because the author passed away this year.
What?
Yeah, the original manga author, I think he died a few months ago.
Oh, I didn't know that. That sucks.
Like it was in hiatus. He wrote like a few chapters and then went on hiatus again. And then I think like a few months ago, I think he was sick or something happened. I don't know, but he passed away, unfortunately.
Well, that's the fear with a lot of these long-term manga writers is that they stop and take so many breaks because it is grueling for them. They don't. A lot of these guys, it's just them. They write, do the art, do basically everything, and it's grueling for a lot of guys. Like the writer and artist for Hunter x Hunter, or even the writer and artist for Berserk. They have to take breaks for a long time. Like he's going on. The writer for Berserk is going on another hiatus this year, and Hunter x Hunter just announced they're coming back with another series run.
It's like they got things planned. Like you'll go on vacation and I'll continue writing, and then vice versa.
Yeah. Have the thing is, me and Riley have been binging Berserk. I know you haven't delved into it too much, but have you ever watched or read Hunter x Hunter?
I've seen like the first few episodes of the second series, and it looks pretty interesting. I know what the main plot is about, but I haven't read it or continued watching.
All right, and we'll get more into anime and stuff and that later because that kind of fits in the cartoon bracket that we could talk about. But have you read anything else?
I did read Scarlet Witch. It was supposed to be uploaded, but I got lazy, and it's right there on my computer waiting to be edited and uploaded. So I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're a fan of my channel. I haven't uploaded in ages, so I'm sorry about that.
You've been doing pretty good though. You've been cranking out videos a lot lately.
I usually try to do at least one a week, but yeah, I've been super busy with real world stuff and whatnot. So hopefully after this show, I'll finish the episode and I'll upload it. But it was a really fun series. I've been digging the hell out of that Scarlet Witch series because I'm not a huge X-Men fan, unfortunately, for most. But Scarlet Witch, she's one of my favorite characters. So I really like what they're doing with that book, or what they did with that book, because it's over.
Okay. Gabe, you got anything for us, man? What did you buy?
Oh, man. Like I said, I spent last weekend at the amazing Las Vegas Comic Convention. And I found the motherlode table of Omnibus that were all like dirt cheap. So I got a ton of dirt cheap Omnibus. So I'll start out with Kurt Busiek, Sean Chin, Invincible Iron Man.
Ooh.
This is a series that right after Heroes Reborn, so right after the coolest stuff to have ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
This is when they first come back. So this is great. Got this for like $30. Did you guys lose me?
No, you're fine.
That's a good price on that, dude.
Yeah, cover price $125. Got it for like $30.
Deal.
Wow.
Was that one of the ones that they threw into that where they were doing that warehouse sale where they were trying to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff?
I don't think it might have been. I don't know. But either way, I'll take it for $35.
Oh, hell yeah. I would have jumped on that too.
I'll take that.
That doesn't have Demon in a Bottle, right?
No. This is the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, okay. I heard pretty good things about that one.
Yeah, so it's right after Heroes Reborn, and it's just great. It's Kurt Busiek, so you can't go wrong with that. Here's a big one. Deadpool Cable.
Wow, isn't that hard to find?
I think it is. This is definitely a book I see on the boards being traded for like bigger whales too. So I know it's a pretty big sought after Omnibus, and I love this series. It was a cool series.
That's Rob Liefeld, right?
I think parts of it. I think he did the covers. He didn't do any of the art in it, I think. It's Fabian Nicieza, Dan Slott, Mark Brooks, Patrick Zicker, Ron Lamb. Yeah, no Rob, unfortunately.
No Rob Liefeld, which, by the way, you have an awesome response by Rob Liefeld on your YouTube channel that if you guys have not checked out, you definitely should. Essentially, Gabe was brave enough to ask the great Rob Liefeld, why do people hate you so much in comics? And you know what? I'll give it to Rob. He actually gives you a pretty good response, and he wasn't a dick about it. He was pretty cool about it.
No, it's too bad because I didn't start filming that answer until about like a minute or two into it.
Yeah.
But he's a cool guy about it. He was like, I was like, why do people hate you? And he's like, because I'm so awesome. You know, on about like how Jeff Loeb like hated him at first because he was young, and back then like all those early '90s guys who started Image Comics, they were so young and just took all the spotlight, took all the money, and just it just happens. The older crowd always hates the younger crowd.
Yeah.
Case in point, people hate millennials just because they're younger and they think they're all lazy and they have it easier and stuff like that. So it's one of those things. But he gets into this really cool discussion about how he talks to his son. His son's a track star, and his son wins all these track meets. He gets like no accolades. He gets no awards or trophies or anything like that. And he tells his son, like, you winning awards don't mean anything. It's not about the awards. You accomplished all these things, and nobody can take that away from you.
Right. He makes a strong case for it. It's like, at the end of the day, you did all these great things. Nobody handed you an award for it. Doesn't mean you weren't great or you didn't do a great job.
And he got into the idea of he can handle people hating on him because people saying like he sucks or he can't draw feet or whatever isn't real life struggles. He talked about how he watched his dad when he was 10 years old sit in a coma for like a year. And the doctors continuing to tell his mom, like, you might as well just pull the plug on him because he's going to be a vegetable if he does come out of it and stuff like that. And how that's real world fucked up shit that hurts, and you kind of get through it and you toughen up because of that. People telling you suck when he's probably sitting on millions of dollars thanks to Deadpool. It doesn't really hurt his feelings, whatever.
No, I think old Rob is doing pretty well for himself right now. I don't think he's got to worry about any finances anytime soon.
Rob might not be able to draw feet, or people might not like the way he draws, but you live in your mom's basement, and
boom.
He's Rob Liefeld.
He's Rob
Who has Cable, has X-Force. Those are the next big generations of movies coming out.
Yeah, you're right. And he is going to make buku cash off of signings and stuff like that. Everything that I've heard, though, is that he's actually a pretty cool guy to his fans.
He did a video for me. He was kind of tired, so the video is kind of whatever. But he was super tired. Like, he even said, like, in his panel, like, he's just surviving off of Mountain Dew. And he obviously crashed because when I got up and talked to him at his booth, he was just sweating Mountain Dew out of him and stuff.
He's just sweating Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Sweating a green liquid out of his body.
So, got a Deadpool Cable for like $80. I got this for. Not bad considering how high profile it is and the $125 Omnibus.
What else you got, man?
Age of Apocalypse Companion.
Ooh.
This is super cool. I have it's Age of Apocalypse, so I have the main storyline Omnibus. This is all the cool kind of like satellite stories that kind of takes place between and in and out of that storyline. This is $25.
Wow. Isn't Age of Apocalypse kind of convoluted, though?
No. It's cool. It's completely separate from everything else.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, so you don't need to worry about it too much. And all these Omnibus I got was off of one table. So just one guy had these dirt cheap Omnis.
He was just getting rid of a whole bunch of stock, probably. He's like, hey, I got this thing.
Yeah, it's actually he shows the guy that put on the show, Jimmy J, who puts on it's his table, and he always has like dirt cheap Omnibus. Like, if anybody out there lives in the LA area, every Thursday and Saturday, there's something called the Franken Sun, or the Franken show, Frankenson show. Fuck. And he has a table there, and you can find the same Omnibus there for like, he just has hundreds of them. I think he just bought $1, and he sells them for dirt cheap. But he started to catch on because he used to sell Infinity Gauntlet for like $50.
Wow. What?
And he caught on. He caught on, I guess, because I seen it over the weekend for $130.
Damn.
Same with the Todd McFarlane Michelini Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus. He used to sell that for like $30.
Oh my God.
And Jesus. He caught on, and now he had it for like $150 at his table.
Oh, I would have stockpiled on that guy's books so much.
Dude, he had like X-Men Volume 2, the Jim Lee Claremont for like $60.
I hate him.
Wow.
Jesus.
He had like everything was just like dirt cheap, dude. John Byrne Fantastic Four for like $40. Bendis' New Avengers for like $60. Like, I mean, it was great deals.
Just like a whole bunch of shit for crazy prices because he didn't know better.
Yeah, I just don't think he cared. I think he's just been sitting on these things for years.
Yeah, more than likely.
And then also I picked up Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1.
All right. What does that have? Like the first 50 issues of Amazing Spider-Man?
The first 39 and then the 1/2 issue.
Ultimate Spider-Man, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I know they're probably never going to do a second volume because this thing has been out for years.
Yeah.
Ultimate Spider-Man. Me and Gio are ultimate Marvel fans. Like,
yes, that's true.
Like, there's nothing. As much as I love Hickman and I love Secret Wars and his Fantastic Four and his Avengers run, him rushing down and destroying the Ultimate Universe was just so heartbreaking to me.
Yeah, it's because the whole premise of the Ultimate Universe when it first came out was that it was going to be a universe where if you destroyed a city, the ramifications would be felt. It's not like in the next issue, oh, okay, well the city is back to normal or something like that. And characters who died in there, their motto was if a character dies in this universe, they are dead. There is no bringing them back. Yeah, they've broken it a handful of times, but for the most part, they stuck with it.
Oh yeah.
Well, they had that big event called Ultimatum, where Magneto like turns the Earth on its axis, and all the weather's fucked up, and this huge tidal wave just floods New York, and like every X-Men except for like 10 X-Men are killed. Doctor Strange is killed. Wolverine is killed. The Blob eats the Wasp, like on panel, just munching away on her. So they did crazy shit. They did whatever they wanted to do. And yeah, like you said, the main idea for Ultimate Universe is to have a universe that's not bogged down by 60 years of continuity. Mm-hmm. Well, after about 20 years or so, it got bogged down by continuity. But for the longest time, me and Gio talked about this. The Ultimate Universe was the better comics to read. The 616 stuff for a while was, kind of meandering around. They had a couple cool titles and stuff like that. But Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Fantastic Four, Ultimate X-Men.
The Ultimate.
That was like the top-notch. I mean, even to today, those are top-notch level comics.
You remember when the Ultimates first came out, how buzzed people were about that book? How excited everybody's like, holy shit, Captain America is so badass, and the Ultimates now. Mark Millar. There's one panel that's I recently reread Ultimates probably a few months ago, and I was like, this is a bit dated. There are some references here to like Paris Hilton and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, this
Junior and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Shannon Doherty's in it. Not Shannon Doherty. Shannon Elizabeth is in it, and you're like,
yeah, I'm like, okay, this is a bit dated, but the overall story, it's still fucking fun as hell. It is just, it's basically like the editors gave the keys to Mark Millar, who was just he had just blown up on the scene. He had just finished Civil War, if I'm not mistaken, and he was huge in the comic book industry. He had just finished, or he was right around the corner of starting Civil War, if I'm not mistaken, and he had just blown up in the industry. And they said, just do whatever you want. This is a playground. Have fun with it. And guy ran with it. I mean, it was just it. Ultimates is such an over-the-top, crazy, fun book. The best way for me to describe Ultimates is think think about if Michael Bay was given a chance to direct the Marvel Cinematic Avengers, but it's actually good and it's written by a competent writer.
Well, the Cinematic Avengers is basically the Ultimates.
Toned down.
If you read the Ultimate storyline,
but it's toned down.
It is almost beat per beat like the first Avengers movie.
Oh, but it's toned down, man.
Well, yeah, it is. It's only toned down. But you got Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. That was an Ultimates. Like that Nick Fury was Samuel L. Jackson. They used him as the model. Mm-hmm. The way they do the Hulk, the way they do Hawkeye. Hawkeye doesn't have the stupid purple pointy mask. The dude, with the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
A little bit of differences and stuff like that. But Ultimates changed comic books, dude. Like that was the first like widescreen cinematic art from Brian Hitch. Yeah. And after that, every fucking comic book afterwards started, going with that idea of a large scale scope, comics and double page spreads and stuff like that.
We did get
Brian Hitch. Huh?
No, I was just gonna say we did get the Chitauri too, thanks to the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah. Brian Hitch's art, when he first came onto the scene, everybody was like, what the fuck is... Because it was different. The widescreen style, it was completely different. And people were just like, wow, this is really cool. I know Brian Hitch today isn't looked on as favorably for certain reasons as he was back then. But, guys, really, if you have not read the Ultimates and you have never read an Avengers book and you're looking for something that's really close to how the movies are, that is your go-to book. It's absolutely fun. There's one particular scene involving Hawkeye being tied up, and what he does with fingernails, oh my God, so badass. And there's another scene involving Captain America with the shield where he says, "You think this ace?" Okay, but just read it, just absolutely read it. It's so over the top and it's so much fun.
I mean, just like it has Captain America as the guy coming out of the 40s and the 30s. And he's here now, and they have the whole awkwardness and stuff like that. But when he finds out the whole marital domestic violence whole situation, he goes after the guy, forget about it. He just fucked him up in a bar.
And if you ever wanted to see that fight of Hulk versus Captain America, they settle that shit pretty definitively in this run.
Oh yeah,
Cap stands toe to toe with Hulk, and he whoops his ass for a good portion of that fight.
I mean, he whoops off on Giant Man. They have Giant Man like it's real life. Like when he stretches and he hurts and he's all messed up, and just they find out that he hits his wife, and just Captain America just goes after him like chivalry style and just beats his ass. The second Ultimates 2 is all about hiding the identity of the Hulk.
Yeah,
just trial the Hulk and been trying to kill the Hulk because of what they did, and just it's such a good book. It's so cool.
Yeah, what you want to
Ultimates 3 and Ultimatum is also amazing.
Is Ultimates 3 good? Because I've always heard stay away from Ultimates 3.
You probably hate it, dude. I don't think you would like it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I don't think. Wow. I think you would just. There's some shit in there that you would just be like, fuck.
Why?
Fuck.
We can spoil it.
We'll just spoil it? All right.
Okay, if anybody's tuning in, just if you want to read Ultimates, just turn away now because we're going to spoil some shit. So, yeah, go ahead, Gabe.
So, the story is Scarlet Witch is murdered right next to Quicksilver.
Okay.
So there's all these things kind of told in flashback stuff like that, and
they've hinted that they're lovers, right?
Dude, it's not hinted.
No.
It's not.
It's not hinted at all.
Straight out. Wolverine is hired by Magneto to kind of keep an eye on him, and Wolverine kind of stalking them, and they go out to these a jungle somewhere, and Wolverine's hiding in the bushes, all creepy and is watching. So that's one of the big crazy things about Ultimates 3. They changed. They kind of flipped the script on Thor and the identity, the reality of Thor. And and it's Magneto who finds out his daughter is murdered.
Yeah.
And just flips his shit, and that's what starts Ultimatum, and he like moves the globe or the Earth off his axis and stuff like that.
That's also one of the things that I really dug about Ultimates is that there's always this is he or is he not for Thor, and they play with that over the first 2 volumes of Ultimates, where is he a god? Is he not? Is he just kind of this crazy person that has this technologically advanced hammer? Like, what's the deal with him? And I really dug that.
Yeah, and they keep playing on that throughout the course of the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah,
a lot.
But yeah, kids, we might do an Ultimates episode at my request, so stay tuned for that.
I'm in, dude.
Yeah.
All the hardcovers.
Oh, I have the Ultimate collections. I love the Ultimates.
Yeah.
I might sit down and read the Ultimates after I'm done here. I love that book.
I want to get more of like, I want to go get like the rest of the Ultimate Spider-Mans. I know there's a few hardcovers that are like really hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
Same with like Ultimate X-Men, because Ultimate X-Men is really, really good too. Really good. That Ultimate X-Men run is fantastic. And I think it's the first 4 Ultimate Fantastic Four hardcovers.
Ultimate X-Men, that was...
It's hard to find. Volume 6 is easy as shit. It's like a $5 hardcover.
Ultimate X-Men, that was that Hickman? No, that Hickman. Ellis. Was that Ellis?
Ellis was like the 2nd volume of Ultimate Fantastic Four.
Okay.
X-Men was Mark Miller again, because for the longest time, Ultimate Universe is literally just Bendis and Mark Miller.
Yeah.
It's like basically Marvel just said, you know what? Here's the Ultimate Universe. Fuck around, have fun. Just do whatever you want.
Well, that's what made Bendis famous. I mean, that's what made Bendis was that
Spider-Man
run, and they just said, well, hey, whatever, just you can do whatever you want. It's a brand new universe. So he brought it back to Peter being a high school kid, and he doesn't get into his costume until like the 4th or 5th issue.
Yep.
And the rest of it is just dialogue, like this amazing high school children dialogue, and just this interaction between all the characters is just like top notch.
But the funny thing is, eventually, when the writing was getting a little bit stale and the 616 universe was picking up again and everything was great, they started getting all the good writers from the Ultimate stuff, and that's what we ended up getting, the death of the Ultimate Universe as a result.
I was so disappointed when I heard about that.
Plus the whole thing with killing off characters. Eventually you're just going to run out of characters. Half the X-Men were gone by the finale. Spider-Man was gone and then he came back. We had Miles. The Ultimates was just nowhere near the quality that it started with, Millar. And I would have liked to have continued the Ultimate Universe with just Miles. But hey, whatever. That's rest in peace, Ultimate Universe.
There you go.
Reed Richards, as we all know from Secret Wars, is like was the Ultimate Universe's like major villain.
Oh, he was Doom. He was basically Dr. Doom.
Oh yeah.
Was it really?
What was that?
Was he really?
Yeah, because Dr. Doom in the Ultimate Universe he's okay, but it's nowhere near the level of how intricately evil and just complex Ultimate Reed Richards turns out to be. Because he starts out as a kid trying to do good, and then his reality is warped because he goes through a ton of shit after Ultimatum, and he actually turns into a bad guy. Well, he thinks he's a good guy, but he's actually pretty evil for the most of it.
So it's like Dr. Doom. He's not as impressive as he is. He's kind of like intern Doom. He's still working on his bachelor's degree. He's getting there.
For the long, was it the Thing that killed Dr. Doom?
Thing killed Dr. Doom in the Ultimate Universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, during Ultimatum or right after Ultimatum.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, the Thing was like, you know what, Reed, I'll do the shit that you should have done a long time ago, and he went up to Doom, and I think he crushed his skull in and killed him or something like that.
I could see that happen.
Dude, it was badass. I need to get that Ultimatum companion where that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was Hickman that wrote that. That's like one of Hickman's first Marvel's work was the Ultimate Fantastic Four. No, that's Dark Reign. I'm sorry, that's Dark Reign that he did.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts of the Ultimate Universe, aside from Spider-Man, because that's what got me here into the comic book business with all of you guys. was actually Ben Grimm. He goes through such an epic transformation when you first see him. He ends up being the ultimate version of what's this guy with the purple coloring?
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. He ends up being like the ultimate Wonder Man.
Hmm.
Yeah, because in the Ultimate Universe, eventually Ben is able to switch back and forth between human form and rock form.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because the rocks end up being like the cocoon or like a butterfly type of thing.
And as Reed Richards becomes like this crazy villain, because they had this whole storyline called Ultimate Doom. And it's this whole storyline of Reed Richards just fucking everybody's shit up. Eventually, Sue and Ben hook up. Like, they're a couple in the Ultimate Universe.
Sue and Ben.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like, I could see that happening with the Fox stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's something Fox would do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So you definitely want to read Ultimate Doom. It's on like Marvel. I'm pretty sure it's on Marvel Comics Unlimited, or there's a hardcover you can get for dirt cheap off of eBay. Ultimatum is great. I mean, people can still jump in the Ultimate Universe and enjoy it, even though it's gone. It doesn't really count anymore. There's too much good shit in there not to read.
Give it a few years.
Damn
Give it a few years. I'll reboot the Ultimate Universe.
Ultimate Spider-Man brought me back into Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, they could totally reboot the Marvel Universe, because at the end of Secret Wars, spoilers, I guess, for Secret Wars, if you don't want to know, skip a few seconds ahead, but Reed Richards, he leaves off with Sue, and I believe, oh my god, it's been so long, Franklin. An older version of Franklin, and they're like, yeah, let's just go create universes.
Yeah, they could basically do a New Earth and just do like Ultimate Universe Part 2 or 2.0.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
and then you would have all the people.
Empire, they have like cosmic cubes, or a cosmic cube. So that could be the reboot right there too.
And then you would have all the people that are offended because they think everything is social justice warrior, and they're afraid that their white characters are being taken away from them. And you could have them have that little corner of their own universe.
Oh, the humanity!
We could go to their little safe space. Anything else, Gabe? We went on actually for about 20 minutes about Ultimates.
Dude, that's awesome though, man. Like,
I love that. We got to revisit it.
It is great. I'm telling you. Ultimate Doomsday, Ultimatum, like, is some of the best stuff you're gonna read.
Damn straight.
And I think you should read Ultimates 3 just so I can see you go, fuck, all the time. Last thing I was getting was Wizard number 1.
Oh.
Ooh! Wow!
It's a classic. I love Wizard, and I got the number 1.
I remember Wizard magazine. I used to love looking through it.
Dude, people on eBay, people try to sell this thing for like $80 because they're fucking assholes.
Are you serious?
I'm trying it for a regular price.
Is the show. Wizard number 1, is Rob Liefeld the future of the comic book industry?
This is September '91, where they ran the comic book industry.
This was episode that's not first published in '91.
Yep.
That was right before the Image boom, wasn't it?
This is probably about the time the Image boom was happening.
Yeah. Wow. Where and by the way, for those of you out there, that if you once again, I'm going to plug this because you guys should all see it. If you have not seen that Image documentary, you have to. It's good stuff. Yeah,
Image Revolution.
Yeah.
It was great, and it was a great show. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Gabe Infinity Watch. I got a bunch of intros for. That's the thing I do on my channel, is I have comic book artists and creators do intros. So I got Rob Liefeld, I got Todd McFarlane to do an intro, Kevin Eastman, and Jason Fabok. So I got those intros.
Is that all you got, Gabe? You picked up some good
That's all I got.
All right. My turn. I have been, thanks to this man over here, Giovanni, obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with a little manga this past week called My Hero Academia. I fucking love this manga. This is so much fun. So much so that I went out and ordered the other 7 volumes that are available. There's 8 volumes in total right now. I love this damn thing. This is absolutely a blast, dude. You were 100% right. And I think Riley's talked about it before. For those of you that have never read My Hero Academia, basically this is set in a world where 80% of the population of the world has superpowers, and they're called quirks. It centers around this little kid named Izuku. Obviously, he lives in Japan. Izuku is normal. He is a normal kid. Unfortunately, his powers haven't developed, and it follows around his daily life. Now, Izuku is obsessed with, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I apologize. He is obsessed with becoming a superhero. He wants it so bad. He wants it more than anything else in the world. Unfortunately, like it says, he doesn't have any superpowers. But he's still applying to basically this university, this high school where all of the greatest superheroes come from. And it's being taught by a bunch of superheroes. It's basically sky high. He gets into the school, and then it follows him as he tries to adapt to this school. It's a phenomenal, fun story. If you are somebody out there that is just tired of the grim, dark stuff that Marvel and DC can tend to put out a lot of, they have light books as well, but a lot of their stuff can be a bit too heavy. This is absolutely a must-read. Granted, it's not all cheery, it's not all bright and stuff like that. It deals with a few, minor dark images and stuff like that, but there's such an upbeat and infectious tone to this that I fell in love with this instantly. It feels fresh, it feels great. I love this damn series. Honestly, I'm hooked, man.
That's good.
Now, you've read it as well, correct?
Yeah, I have all the volumes, but I've only read like the first 4 of them or something like that. Because I watched the anime first, and then I went back and got all the books. It's such a great, optimistic series. Like, if you'd like your go-getter attitude and this underdog story, if you will, then you're going to get a ton of mileage out of it. It's really fun, really bright, really heartwarming, and just overall badass. I love the fights and all the superheroes and all that stuff. It's great. It's finally... I think like Japan finally got the superhero stuff right, because before that we had gotten series like Tiger and Bunny and some other thing that escapes me at the moment, and even One Punch Man, where they're doing this superhero thing, but it feels very anime-ish. Like, it doesn't feel like a Western superhero comic. This to me feels like something you would read out of like Young Avengers or Avengers Academy or stuff like that. So I think it captures the essence of Western super heroics pretty great.
And I think that's also credit to, I believe the author's name is Kohi Horikoshi. I'm trying my best here, guys.
That guy.
Yes. Where he even credits a lot of Western comics for the inspiration for this manga. He says, look, I love Western comics. I love Western cartoons. Like Spider-Man was one of my favorite movies and stuff like that. And he absolutely credits it, and he loves it. And you could see it. You could feel the inspiration in the manga.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you have not picked this up, guys, absolutely recommend it. Some really cool fight scenes in here. And there's also one moment in particular in here that he gets into the school, and after everybody tells him, no, you can't be a superhero, no, you won't be anything, you feel it. Like, it hit me in the feels really hard. I was actually rooting for him. Yeah, it can be a little bit cheesy, but I was rooting for him, and I felt that moment a lot.
Oh yeah, that's the fun part of all these stories. You put yourself in their shoes, and it's make-believe, but it touches on some feelings and stuff. So I think people will get something out of it, especially with all the diverse characters. Like, all the heroes are very different from each other. You got frock girls, and you got invisible ladies, and you got people that look at grenades, and a bunch of weird stuff, man.
Yeah, I really dug that. Every single character has a cool character design to them that kind of fits their personality. One of my favorite characters in the first volume is their homeroom teacher, where he kind of looks like just a homeless person, and he's sleeping in the sleeping bag when they first arrive there. It's Eraserhead, I think, is his power. His power is like he can take away the quirks of the kids when he wants to, but if he blinks, it ends the power.
Yeah.
So really cool stuff there. But that's about it as far as what I bought and what I read this week. Now let's talk cartoons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk cartoons. Cartoons is what we're here for. We're here to talk about them. I'm gonna just pass it around. What was your favorite cartoon as a kid?
I'll go first.
It doesn't matter. Anybody.
Anybody. All right. I'm gonna list 3 of them, and one of them is gonna be Spider-Man: The Animated Series. I think Darkwing Duck, and I am going to go with and DuckTales as well. I think those were like the main 3 shows, and TMNT and all that stuff. But those were like the main shows growing up that I really enjoyed time and time again.
DuckTales. DuckTales was my shit, man. I used to love DuckTales.
Yep. I can't wait. We're getting the reboot this year, the new series.
And you know what? The theme song doesn't look bad.
It's like people were complaining. I'm like, dude, it is the exact same thing, and it's just a female voice. Just
I've learned people will bitch about anything on the internet.
Plus, the animation on it looks straight up like a comic book. It looks really cool.
Yeah,
I love the designs.
I really dig the new designs that they have for the characters. I think they look pretty cool, and I dig it. I dig the voiceover work. There's a lot of talent that goes on behind that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it sort of looks like the old comic books, the old Donald Duck stuff, right?
Yeah. So Darkwing Duck. Mine was. Let me see if I can remember. We lose Gabe. Okay, mine were. Let me see. Beast Wars.
Oh my God! Yeah, Beast Wars. That's the shit. Sorry.
How great was Beast Wars?
I forgot about
kid, man.
That's my Transformers. Like I grew up with that, and as much as people love the older stuff and whatnot, I grew up with the Beast Wars stuff. So,
yeah, Beast Wars was absolutely my shit back in the day. Do you still remember Death Charge from Beast Wars?
Was he the Mantis?
The Manta Ray.
The Manta Ray? Yeah.
Wow, he was my favorite. When he first was introduced, I was like, this dude is badass.
Totally. And what was the fox's name? That was a fox with wings, or a wolf or something.
Fox with wings. Oh,
I think it was
a tiger. Was it a tiger? No, Silverbolt.
Silverbolt.
Yeah,
that was
where he was super honorable and everything.
That was my favorite one, and I like Cheetor and somebody else.
Yeah. There was something to be said about you waking up Saturday morning, and you would run to the living room, and you'd turn on the TV, and you pour yourself a big bowl of cereal, and you'd watch your favorite cartoons.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was the best. I still do that. Saturday mornings, man. There's no more Saturday morning cartoons, but I still, on Hulu and Netflix, I put on cartoons every Saturday morning.
That was so disappointing to find out that I think it was CW that they were the ones that pulled the plug on Saturday morning cartoons. They're like, yeah, we're done with Saturday morning cartoons. We're not doing it anymore. Like everybody's kind of shifting away from like that model. They're going to Netflix and stuff like that.
It's a damn shame.
No, it really is, and because it's like you said, there was something about waking up and that excitement, and then if you missed it, you missed it. Like you did not catch it, and then you'd go to school Monday morning, and all your friends were like, "Oh my God, did you see what happened? Like on Yu-Gi-Oh? Did you see what happened on Pokemon this week?" And you'd just be like, "Fuck!"
And then you had to wait till summer for the repeats to come on.
Yeah, and the thing is, I grew up Catholic, and I remember I had to go through like my first communion and all that stuff, and I went through my first communion, and it was. The rehearsal was on the Saturday morning, right when you found out that Ash was fighting Blaine with Charizard. It was part 2 because he lost the first match.
Yeah.
And so I had my mom with her VHS record the episode because I did not want to miss it. And that's I went through First Communion. The only thing I'm thinking about is how the fuck is Charizard going to beat this guy?
I mean, yeah, I used to do the same. Like, it would air while I was at school, so my folks would record the episode. And when I got home at like 3 o'clock, I would pop in the VCR and watch reruns and stuff of Pokemon.
Oh, man.
I remember I used to go to a friend's house for sleepovers. And I would always bring my VHS tape so that I could record X-Men at my friend's house or wherever I was. I made sure I had my tape ready so that I don't miss X-Men.
Yeah. What was it? This one's for you. Who was it again that Wolverine yelled at before? This one's for you, Worf, or something like that?
Oh, this is for you, Morph. Yeah.
What's great, and if you look back on those old X-Men cartoons, I wish Riley was here because he would be able to talk about them a lot. But if you look back at those old X-Men cartoons, Wolverine would always pop his claws, but he never used them. Because you can't show Wolverine stabbing somebody for Saturday morning cartoons.
Unless this was like a robot or something.
Yeah. Some would say you couldn't show Wolverine stabbing somebody until you got Logan, but you know.
Yeah. 25 years later, you get to see him stab somebody for real.
In like Spider-Man, he couldn't, when he was swinging, he couldn't land on buildings that had pigeons on them.
Really?
Yeah, because people would think he's hurting the birds when he's landing on top of the buildings. I don't know. I remember everybody had laser guns because you couldn't shoot for real, so you had laser guns.
Yeah.
Like everything was super realistic for being the 90s, but then bam, laser gun.
Well, even like the Turtles. In the Turtles comic were real people.
Yeah.
Cartoon, they were all robots and cyborgs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
We were able to slice them apart and stab them and stuff like that. But then Michelangelo's nunchucks, they had to replace those with like the other like grappling hook kind of thing because nunchucks became like super dangerous and kids wanted nunchucks afterwards.
But yeah.
But yet, like a bow staff, no. Even though I had a broom, my mom's broom, that had a bow every fucking weekend.
And I think like back in the 70s, like the first Fantastic Four show, you remember when they replaced
they didn't have Human Torch. They got Herbie.
Human Torch. Yeah, because they were afraid of kids lighting themselves up on fire.
I heard that rumor wasn't true. That they just
really?
The problem what happened was Human Torch, the license for Human Torch is by somebody else, and another company was going to just make a Human Torch cartoon.
Okay.
So that was like it was a rights issue, but that's a great story to think of, like kids burning themselves because of Human Torch.
I mean, I think
Human Torch.
I think at that point that's just natural selection. that's if you really do that, that's just the good Lord saying, you're not long for this life.
Go on your way, son.
Yeah, go be blessed, whatever, just go. But man, okay. So we didn't hear your response. What was your favorite cartoon, Gabe, growing up?
Oh man, I grew up in like the greatest time for cartoons. I had cartoons in the 80s. I grew up in the 80s cartoons. So I had like Transformers, and I had
Thundercats,
Joe, and like Smurfs, and all that stuff. And then I had 90s cartoons too. So I'm gonna cheat, and I want to say Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
So I got this cool ass Ninja Turtle van that has all the DVDs in it.
Oh, nice. It has the DVDs. It has the DVDs. I need it. That is awesome.
This is just a breakthrough series. Like, I don't know how. I was so obsessed with Ninja Turtles as a kid and He-Man and Transformers. Like, man, this is like some of the greatest stuff ever. And then to like finally have them all in like this cool turtle van. That's balls out badass.
That's awesome, dude.
The Tick was one of my favorite cartoons of all time.
Transformers.
Transformers is great. I have all the DVDs for Transformers.
G1.
I even have the DVDs for Beast Wars. I had it when you guys were talking about it.
Nice. G1 Transformers. And if you look, the funny thing is about G1 Transformers is that they just sold toys. That's all it was. It was a 30-minute commercial for the toy. But the thing is that they would tie in some like cheesy ass fucking message that was tied into the new Transformer because the television association said, no, you can't just do a 30-minute commercial for toys. You have to include something educational. So it would be like, well, Jetfire like left the stove on and he burned the house down. So don't be like Jetfire. Something like that at the end of the episode.
Well, that's what was crazy is that the 80s cartoons were everything in the 80s is all about selling toys. It's all about commercials.
Oh yeah.
Transformers is a commercial. G.I. Joe was a commercial.
Rambo. Do you remember the Rambo cartoon?
I remember Rambo cartoon. Yeah, I had those toys.
Wow.
The Vietnam veteran.
Yeah, the PTSD toy. Yeah, wonderful.
It was a RoboCop cartoon too for a while there.
I had RoboCop toys. I had those toys too.
Yeah, man.
Man, those fucked up like cartoons back then, man.
There was, I believe, there was an Alien. They sold Alien toys too, didn't they?
Yep, they had Aliens toys. They had. I mean, that back then you had like you could buy a cap gun. Like every kid had a cap gun.
Yep.
And you buy a big ass roll of caps. We didn't use it in the gun. You would light those things on fire and just they would all just pop.
These days, if you use a cap gun, you'll likely get shot.
Yeah, man. Some cop's gonna shoot you on the fucking street.
You never know these days. Somebody's saying gargoyles.
You mean this gargoyles?
Oh, is that the whole set?
No, I have all the different DVDs. Because the thing is,
we're gonna talk about every single show, and Gabe's gonna be like, "This one, how about that one?"
I'm telling you, like my DVD collection is like my Omnibus collection. Like, I absolutely love cartoons. I have a Tumblr page all about cartoons, and I just post all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
We didn't know this.
Oh yeah.
This is like breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah, look it up. My favorite cartoons, and it's just me posting cartoon shit.
Ooh, okay.
So, Gargoyles, you have season 1, which is pretty easy to find. Anybody can get this. Season 2, part 1, another easy one anybody can get. And I think with season 2, season 1 I think is only like 12 episodes.
That's a short season.
Yeah. Does it say on here? Whatever. Season 2, they went balls out, and instead of doing 12 episodes, season 2 they did 44 episodes.
There was 44 episodes in season. I didn't even know there was that many Gargoyles episodes.
Yeah, because back then the magic number was 60 episodes. You hit 60 episodes, the show became syndicated, and then you fucking made your money. So they just crammed so much crazy shit into season 2. So you can find season 1, season 2, part 1 easily. You could trip over these things at like Best Buy and stuff. Season 2, part 2.
Oh, that's the Grail, right?
That's hard, right?
Because you can only get this as a part of the Disney Movie Club. You have to sign up for their website, and you can only buy it on that website.
Are you serious?
That's bullshit.
Wow.
And there's a season 3 called Goliath Chronicles, which doesn't really exist.
What?
I don't know why. Just apparently, like the creators and everybody just go, no, that doesn't exist, even though it was on TV and it's downloaded on my computer and stuff like that. But to them, that shit's not canon.
So wait, what's the Goliath Chronicles? Is it a prequel?
No, it's Goliath and Eliza just on a boat, and they go through like this weird mist, and it takes them back into time and different like dimensions and crazy shit like that.
I remember that shit.
Yeah, season 3 of Gargoyles.
No, I remember watching that, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Where are the rest of the gargoyles and stuff like that?"
Yeah, so according to them, they don't count it, but it's out there. It's there. It happened. The episodes happened.
Gabe was like, "I have it archived, okay?"
I had season 1, 2, and 3 downloaded on my computer. So as I bought season 1, I deleted season 1 off my computer. As I bought season 2, I deleted season 2 off my computer. Season 3 is still on my computer because I can't buy it.
Gabe is like, "No, that shit happened. It really happened. I am an archivist. I will preserve this, and the gargoyles shall not be forgotten."
Gargoyles was amazing. That was such a good show. And it was an awesome video game on the Genesis as well.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, Gargoyles. One of my absolute all-time favorite cartoons ever. I don't know if anybody remembers Kim Possible.
Wow, yeah.
Wow.
Again, notice the yellow box. You can only get this off of fucking Disney's Movie Club.
No. Come on, that's not
Oh,
fair.
It's a beautiful, wonderful cartoon. It's a strong female character. You got her best friend. You got her fucking hairless ape or hairless hamster. It's such a great fucking show. It's a wonderful. It's a girl. It's a young female, like James Bond kind of character. It's so cool.
You know what I used to really love and be obsessed with, and I don't know if you guys remember this. Reboot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Reboot was the shit, man.
That's where Dan DiDio came from.
Yeah, hexadecimal.
Yeah. Master Drive and all that stuff. Yeah.
But do you remember the second season of Reboot where they got a bit more darker and gritty? Like where the young boy, he grows up, he's got like a robotic eye and everything, and they're like sailing across the internet, try to get home and stuff. That season was badass, man.
And the effects were actually pretty good. I mean, they look super cheesy today, but you know.
Well, they I swore I read a news article or something like that they were gonna bring back another season, or they were reboot, and they were trying it for like a modern day. They were working on it a few years ago or something like that.
Yeah, they want to reboot
for a new generation. That could work. It could really work. There was a lot of good stuff in there. Bob, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, his name was Bob, and Reboot was such a weird show.
It was like weird internet technology that wasn't true kind of shit.
Yeah.
It was like watching Johnny Mnemonic.
Now, of course, we can't talk about cartoons without Gabe. You might have been a bit too old for this. Without I bringing up Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gio, were you into Pokemon?
Of course, that was an institution growing up, like late '90s. Just I think it was '99 to 2001. Everybody watched the Pokemon anime and got the games and all that stuff. Just fantastic. I was so obsessed. I still am. I love the games to this day. Yeah. Even though the show has been on a dial, just going back and forth is the same thing every single season, but whatever. You know, Ash is still a loser and whatnot, but yeah.
He almost won this last season, apparently.
Like, I get it. You want to teach kids, like, hey, it doesn't matter. You don't have to win just as long as you participate and whatnot. But give him a win, because he's been at it for eons, and he loses every time.
Yeah, apparently this last season, he was, like, this fucking close from winning the tournament. But he didn't get it. And, like, everybody was pissed. It was like, what the fuck?
Like, yeah, he got hit by Deus Ex Machina, and boom. There you go.
By Deus Ex Machina, that bad, huh?
Yeah, now you're getting the new one where it's a little bit more dumbed down with the whole sun and moon stuff, but it's still fun. It's still, I enjoy it. My favorite Pokemon of all time is Totodile, because I love.
Yeah, right here, man. I'm a Totodile fan. I love Totodile.
See, we connect.
Yeah, man. Same birthday and everything. Look at that.
What's up? Love it. But yeah, I love Pokemon, and I also loved Digimon. I'm a huge fan of both shows.
Oh yeah, and I still play the games. I love the games.
Are you gonna get the new one? Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I say that now, but I know when it's released, I'm gonna be there opening day and like, fuck it, yeah, I'll get it, whatever, and I'll play it. Like, but they announced that they're working on a Switch one. I was like, finally, finally, a mainline Pokemon RPG that is coming to a console. Finally. God. Which is kind of a cheat because the Switch is a mobile unit as well. So I guess that's kind of where they're like, all right, yeah, we'll do
it. I'll take it, whatever.
Yeah, I'll take it, yeah. Well, yeah, Pokemon Fever. I remember, like, it was hard to find the cards. And when I wanted to, there was this dollar store that I would go to where nobody knew. It was like hole-in-the-wall dollar store. And they would sell the booster packs inside there for like $5.
Ooh, yeah. Like, would you play the game or were you just collecting the cards?
I was just a collector. And the thing is, it was the weirdest thing because I kept the dollar store. I would go 1 week and I got a Zapdos card. I was like, all right, cool. Ooh. The next week, I got a Moltres card. Like, all right, what the fuck is going on here? The week after that, I go back. I got an Articuno. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this place?
Super lucky.
Yeah, like I got all 3 legendary birds 3 weeks in a row from this card place.
Nice. I remember Charizard is like one of the rare ones, right?
The hologram one.
Yeah.
Or the foil. I used to have Pokemon cards when they first came out.
Somebody's saying,
I was that weird 19-year-old guy playing Pokemon. Watching I watched Digimon 2 for a while. Shit. I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Though. I never watched that show.
Gabe was that guy that like all the parents are like watching their kids while they're playing Pokemon cards with the other kids.
I never really played with kids. Like Pokemon, like kids in high school and shit. We all like Pokemon. We all just play together.
Mom kind of just put her arm around her son and like pushed her a little bit closer to her when Gabe
like it's okay, you can play, but just watch out for that tall one.
No, I had a windowless van that said free Pokemon cards on it.
Oh man!
It was a Polaroid, and then a sad story about me not being able to find my dog.
That's terrible. What the hell? Oh man! And Matt Miranda talking smack about Digimon was the shit, man. I used to love.
Digimon. I'm sorry, Matt. What? You're wrong, Matt.
Digimon was great.
That was the shit right there. Like Pokemon games were awesome, but anime, Digimon hands down was the better show. Every single season.
Yeah, and they actually concluded their story. They actually there's a beginning, middle, and end to like tie, and you see them grow up. Like you see their future and everything, and then they come back later as adults.
Yeah, well, I like Digimon better because Pokemon was just like boring as shit until like the battle scenes. But Digimon just had fucking action and like a storyline and everything in like every episode. And it was drawn better, it was colored better, it had like CGI, like kind of cool effects and stuff like that.
Metal Etamon. And what was the other one? Myotismon and so many Digimon. I can't remember right now. But I was a huge fan of Angemon. I don't know if you remember him.
Wow, Angemon. That's right. He was the one that throughout the whole season he could not transform. Throughout the whole season he couldn't digivolve, I should say. And then towards the end of it, he digivolved into like this badass angel, and everyone was like, "Holy shit, he's pretty cool."
I used to play the card game. That was pretty fun, actually.
The card game. I never got into the card game. I heard it was actually not bad.
It's better than the Pokemon stuff, but it's way more complex. You're getting like I remember it was like Rookie, Vaccine. I don't know. It was weird. Just a bunch of digital monsters.
Nobody cares about my favorite Pokemon.
Which one?
Psyduck.
You and my girlfriend are in sync. That's hers too.
Psyduck's awesome.
Yeah, the moment I got Psyduck in Pokemon Go, I kind of stopped playing because I didn't want to evolve them or anything.
No, Pokemon was the shit. There was Pokemon, Digimon, and that was kind of like you had the kids in the playground that they would argue what was better, Pokemon or Digimon, and they would always fight it out like, no, Digimon's better than this, no, Pokemon's better than this. And then Yu-Gi-Oh came out, and Yu-Gi-Oh just caught on like wildfire at my school.
I played like the starter deck for Yu-Gi-Oh because a friend of mine, he really wanted me to play it, so he's like, you know what, I bought an extra set, I'm giving it to you as a gift. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh. So it was fun, I guess. I enjoyed the anime more than actually playing the cards, but it was fun.
Yeah. I was huge into both. Like, I still remember the first time I bought a booster pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and coincidentally, it was actually from that hole-in-the-wall dollar store. I ended up getting a booster pack from Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I was obsessed. I came back like I did with Pokemon every single week because I would get a little bit of money for mowing my father's lawn. And for those of you that saw the live stream that I did with Jess about the news show, you know how bad I would do on my father's lawn. You didn't hear about that, did you, Gabe?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, just kind of a quick recap. Okay, so my father used to pay me to mow the lawn. He would give me a couple of bucks, and you have kind of that unspoken line if you live in a house between you and your neighbor's lawn. That line where okay, this is where our line is. This is where the neighbor's line is.
Right.
I didn't know that line as a kid. So me being a hyperactive little shit because I was hopped up on Jolt Cola with pixie sticks and Pop Rocks inside of it, I hop on my dad's riding mower and I start doing donuts on the front lawn. That was the neighbor's lawn. I crossed over into their lawn without knowing it. My father came out and wanted to kill me.
Jesus,
Wow.
dude.
Good times. Good times.
You guys had a riding mower? How big was your fucking yard?
We had a pretty big yard. No, we had a pretty big yard. We had a nice house growing up before the drinking and the throwing the bottle and the divorce and bad times. Moving on, but yeah, my father would give me like $5 every week to mow the lawn or to wash the car or something like that, and I would do it. And every week I'd go pick up a pack of Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and that was my childhood. I used to love doing that.
That's how I bought comic books. Was fucking pulling weeds and scrubbing the. I even had to scrub the driveway.
You had to scrub the driveway?
Yeah, to get like the tire marks off and stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds like that sounds like that sucks.
You could be there for hours.
Well, if you do it every week, it's not that bad. But yeah, I had to scrub the fucking driveway and stuff.
Builds character.
Exactly. We had a pool. I learned how to clean a pool as a kid.
Yeah, I did that too.
I was such a little Mexican kid.
Did they have you selling oranges in the middle of the road too?
Yeah, and mangoes with like hot sauce in it and stuff.
Oh man, no, but just so many good memories. How about this? Did you guys ever have that you would get out of school on Friday and your parents would take you to Blockbuster and you'd pick out a cartoon movie or a cartoon VHS or something like that, or a video game, and you would take it home?
Yep, I remember taking DBZ VHS tapes, the Digimon movie, the Pokemon. When the first Pokemon movie came out, I remember that. It was on theaters and everything, and I got the DVD and all that stuff. It was just fun times, man. I miss Blockbuster. That was like the pinnacle of the 90s, in my opinion.
Me and my girl, we were talking about this the other day, and we're like, we really miss Blockbuster, because Blockbuster had some stuff that you can't even get on Netflix, on Hulu, on Redbox. They had some vintage VHS stuff that you cannot find anymore, and it's kind of a shame. I do remember that being an integral part of my childhood, where we would go out Friday night. My mom would take us. This was after like they had split and they divorced and everything. She would take us every single Friday night. We would go out to either like a McDonald's or like a CC's or something, or just get pizza or something like that. And then afterwards, me and my brother would get taken to Blockbuster, and we could each choose one thing.
Nice.
Oh, so many good memories.
Yeah, so the movies I remember always asking my parents to get.
Busty Sluts 9?
Yes. Backdoor Sluts 15. The Land Before Time.
Oh, man.
Oh, nice.
I love The Land Before Time. I had a stuffed animal, a Littlefoot that I sleep with. It's a fucking sad movie. This movie still fucks me up a little bit.
It wasn't until like
West. I'm sorry.
I was saying it wasn't until about 3 years ago. I want to say that I found out there was more than one Land Before Time.
Dude, there's literally like
yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like I saw I knew there was like 6 or 7, but I didn't know there was like 18 until I was at a Target and there was a giant box set of all of them.
It's our generation's Ice Age.
Yeah.
Or like Despicable Me.
Or yeah.
There are 3 of those motherfuckers out. I could not believe that when I found out this week.
And isn't there like 2 Minion movies too? So there's a lot of those. Like,
yeah, I think.
You want to know something that's a little fucked up?
What's that?
The Minions movie made $1 billion.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's one of the world's best-selling movies of all time.
Are you serious?
Yep. It made like $1 billion something. It's on the top 50 list of all time.
I tried watching it and I couldn't get through it.
They annoy the shit out of me. I can't stand them. Like I see one and I just want to punch it.
So you should never go to Universal Studios Orlando because it's basically Minion World at this point.
Oh no. And I get sort of the appeal, but then when you grow up watching so many different shows and like animes and like Studio Ghibli movies, and no, just a fucking Minion movie, kids go wild over that shit. I'm like, come on now. That's an insult to every animator out there. I don't know.
I've tried. I'm not crazy about them. I actually, you know, I like the first Despicable Me.
Oh, that one's fun. Yeah.
You know what? I've never seen any of the Despicable Me movies.
You're good.
Your kids might like them. You should probably try and consider getting them.
Yeah,
or at
I'd on
least
Hulu or something. But
yeah, at least.
I mean, unless it's like Thomas the Train, my kids don't give a shit right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what we haven't talked about?
What?
The DC animated universe.
Oh, how can we forget about that?
Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, Justice League Unlimited, Static Shock. What else?
Did you ever watch the series finale?
Batman Beyond.
I was just about to bring that up, but did you ever watch the series finale for Justice League Unlimited?
Oh fuck.
Yeah. I don't remember right now, but yeah.
Where it ties Batman Beyond into it and that whole universe all together.
It explains like Terry McGinnis's like true origin. And,
oh my god, that blew my mind when I saw that.
Good stuff.
And you have that perfect moment with Batman who's sitting on the swing with that little girl that she's accepting she is going to die. And Batman sits there and comforts her in her dying moment.
Yep.
As I was probably how old? I was probably in high school at that point. I saw that, and I broke down in tears like a little bitch at the end of that episode.
Dude, I didn't see that until like 4 years ago, and it fucked me up too. Because it's Amanda Waller asking Batman like, "You're the only person who's fucked up enough to kill this little girl."
Yeah, basically,
it has to be done because she's like. Brain tumor, brain whatever is making her powers go out of whack and is destroying the universe.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just sits there and like, you know, comforts her on the swing and they chat and, you know, she asks him, why are you so sad and stuff like that.
And the thing is, that is such a great emotional moment that we will probably never get from the DC cinematic universe because they don't understand that. Like there was nobody more suited for that moment than Batman.
If that was a DCU movie, Batman would just snap that little girl's neck around and swing. He would just tie the chain and swing around her neck and just jump and just held her down.
He would have come up behind her.
Yeah. It'd be like that one part of American Me was like, "Don't look at me, puppet," and he was like strangling him on the side of the road.
Terrible. He just strangled her with this one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, but that's all Paul Dini, Bruce Timm, that universe and that stuff. Those guys were so far ahead of the curve with that stuff, and I'm so happy that I saw it in the chat that they mentioned it. We're getting Mask of the Phantasm on Blu-ray this year. Oh,
next month actually.
Is that necessary? Is there? There's no special features or anything on it.
It's probably gonna. They're probably gonna clean it up a lot. How do you have the DVD?
Watch.
Why am I asking?
Nice.
Why am I asking? This man has Serbian film.
So yeah, I got the Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero.
Yeah, that's classic stuff, man.
One of my
killing joke for everybody who hates the Batman Batgirl hate fuck.
No. Get that out of here. Come on.
Oh, I like it, dude. Come on.
Well, I mean, as a huge Babs fan, it's wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a bit wrong. Baby, real quick, what was your favorite cartoon growing up?
Cat Dog.
Yes.
She threw down the gauntlet, Cat Dog.
We haven't even talked about Nicktoons yet, which I know someone here is very passionate about.
Who could that be?
I don't know who that is.
Do you guys remember the episode in Justice League? Jesus, what was it called? It was the one where they turn Wonder Woman into a little pig.
They turned Wonder Woman into a little pig?
Yeah. It's a team up with Zatanna and Wanna Beast and Batman.
Really?
Yes, that was my favorite episode. I watched that on repeat almost every year.
Oh man. Oh, you know what? No cartoon episode would not be complete though if we don't talk about Christmas specials.
Oh yeah.
Now George Lucas may want to deny this. His old ass may want to continually deny this, but I remember the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh yes. The family of Wookiees.
Oh, the family of Wookiees. God, that was so horrible. Do you remember that shit? Oh my gosh, man.
I've never seen the Star Wars Christmas.
What? You would love it, dude. There's a family of Wookiees.
Yeah.
You
started
singing.
There, like a bunch of chicks and like hitting on girls or drinking with them or something weird like that.
You would see Chewbacca's family, and they were Wookiees, and they would sing Christmas carols.
Yep. God. Like Luke would show up at the end and start singing with like Leia and all that stuff. It's atrocious.
Atrocious. It's brilliant. That is amazing.
I can't think of any Christmas cartoons that I...
You never saw The Grinch That Stole Christmas?
Okay, no, I've seen that stuff. Like the claymation, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and stuff like that.
Oh my god. Apparently you guys really fucking hate cartoons.
Really?
I guess. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Somebody said, remember, you guys... Blue Eyes White Dragon was the shit. I'm trying to think, what other Christmas special? Ooh, I still remember the Fairly Odd Parents Christmas special.
I love Fairly Odd Parents, man. That's one of the best shows ever.
Rocko's Modern Life had a Christmas special. I'm so happy they're bringing back Rocko. Have you heard the new pitch for Rocko's Modern Life for the movie that they're doing?
I heard of bringing it back. I didn't get into any details, though.
You didn't hear the pitch? Okay, well, the pitch goes that Rocko, Filbert, and what was the turtle's name?
Filbert's the turtle. You mean Heifer?
Filbert, Rocko, and Heifer. They were trapped in space. And they have just come down, and it's present day. And Filbert and Heifer are adapting perfectly fine to present day. Rocco's the one that is stuck in the past, and he's obsessed with the past and nostalgia. And the story is going to follow them from there.
That sounds pretty cool. They're bringing back a lot of that Nicktoons stuff. They're doing Hey Arnold. That's supposed to wrap up the series and wrap up the mystery behind Arnold's parents.
Yeah, you're finally going to find out what's going on with Arnold's parents. Arnold. Oh, man. Hold on. Just move some things around. Because I'm closer to a wall. I want to sit on my couch. Yeah, I'm feeling really nostalgic like right now. Let's just ask the chat. What are some of their favorite cartoons? All 9 of them that don't hate us.
Do you remember like the first cartoon you ever saw?
Ooh, that's
wow.
That's rough. I remember the first Cartoon Network cartoon that I ever saw.
What was that?
Johnny Bravo.
I'm probably gonna say Garfield and His Amazing Friends.
You mean this Johnny Bravo?
That Johnny Bravo. Doug, wow. You guys remember the Doug Quail Man?
Oh, yeah.
Gabe's got it.
Yeah, he's got it. He's getting the...
Actually, no, I don't have the DVDs. It's out of print. I got to find it on eBay.
Doug is out of print?
Yeah.
How much does the Doug DVD go for?
Like $45.
You're kidding.
It's a lot of episodes. It's like I'm gonna say like 75 episodes or something.
There's 700 episodes.
I think so. It's a lot for sure.
Plus, there was the spin-off. There was a spin-off show, right?
Yeah, when Disney took it over.
Yeah.
And those things were never released or anything like that.
Yeah, Disney took it over for a while, and it was Doug basically went to high school.
I mean, do you like it when characters do that? Like they progress that much where the follow-up series, oh, they're older now.
Disney had Doug for a while. So Nickelodeon had 52 episodes. Disney had 65 episodes.
Hey, Gabe, you can get the complete Doug Nickelodeon series on DVD for $20.
Where?
On eBay right now.
Motherfucker.
He's going to order a copy right now.
We're watching a live transaction right now.
Yeah, dude. Like you can get it right now.
Send them the link. Hook them up.
Oh no, I see. Free shipping. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, it went down. Oh, there's one on here for $18.99.
Nice.
No, dude, this is literally like $40 like recently.
Oh, we know what Gabe's gonna be doing pretty soon this next week.
Doug Marathon.
Oh, absolutely, Doug Marathon.
I wish Disney would put out their Doug series. I like that series when Roger got rich.
Mm-hmm.
The rich girl, I forgot her name. Her name is Bluff. She lost all of her money. So there's this whole status change.
Yeah. Skeeter turned out to be like a genius.
Yep. Yeah, Roger became rich because his parents' trailer on the trailer park was on top of some like oil field or something.
Oh
like that.
shit, that's right.
Wow.
I remember that. Yeah. Inspector Gadget. You can't find Inspector Gadget DVDs anywhere?
I think not.
Gabe?
No idea.
I would have thought you would have had it.
No. All those old ones I don't really have, like Heathcliff or like Garfield. I don't really have that kind of stuff.
I used
I
to
love Garfield.
Yeah.
Anybody here ever saw Bonkers?
I remember Bonkers. Yeah.
I had the SNES game actually, or Sega game. Sorry.
Or Marsupilami.
So
yeah,
Marsupilami was the shit. So funny thing about Bonkers. Okay, for some reason when I was a kid, I didn't want to say Bonkers. I wanted to say Fuckers for some reason. So like I would go into my room and my mom was like, "Don't say that." So like she had guests over one day, and I go, "Hey mom, Fuckers is on." Oh my god, I got the worst ass beating in my life. You know, another thing about it, not many of my childhood stories don't end with "I got an ass beating." Which doesn't say much about my childhood.
Yeah.
All right, boom. Doug is mine.
Woohoo!
Derek the Diverse Collector says, the next thing I'm getting is the Batman Beyond Complete series. My brother, I got him that one year for Christmas.
Yep.
I have all the DVDs for Batman Beyond, and then I was at this used record store, and they had like the big, there's two complete series editions. There's a big one, and there's like a smaller, like compressed one. But they had the big one that has like the booklets in it and stuff like that. And I get so much anxiety trying to make decisions that I just decided not to get it, and then somebody bought it behind me.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I ended up getting my brother the big one with like all the booklets and information and stuff.
Yeah, that's bad, dude. Those are cool. Oh, anybody remember The Last Unicorn?
No, I don't remember.
Wow, no, not at all.
That's a fucked up story. Angela Lansbury is in it, and Jeff Bridges.
You know, how can we forget about one of clearly our greatest childhood memories, Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
I got the Blu-rays.
Have any of you here ever tried to get Japanese copies, like VHS copies of Dragon Ball Z when you were a kid? And how hard it was to get like 3 episodes in those, and you had to pay like $50?
Yeah, VHS was 3 episodes for like $30 or something like that.
It was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It wasn't that hard for me to get them because for some reason in my little hometown of Victorville, California, I could just buy those things anywhere. Like they were all over the place. There's all these like weird import stores. I used to also have an import PS1 game with Dragon Ball Z.
Wow.
I used to remember having a. I remember buying a VHS from my friend. I paid like $20, and it only had 3 episodes. It was like the middle of the Frieza saga. It wasn't even the part where Goku went Super Saiyan. It was like the bullshit in between. And I was so fucking pissed. Because he told me, no, Goku turned Super Saiyan in this episode. And me, like a dumbass, I bought it. And when I told my parents were like, "Te lo dije." That's all I got. Like I couldn't get it.
Oh man.
Me and my best friend, we would buy the VHSs, and we just had just stacks of those things. Like you said, there's only like 3 episodes on each one, so we just had just stacks and stacks. Up until just recently, I used to still have the Future Trunk saga on VHS.
Oh wow, the Future Trunk saga, yeah. Matt Miranda says the Asian VHS store had them all to rent. No subtitles, so I had no idea what the fuck was happening in Dragon Ball Z.
Dude, I used to watch them on the Spanish channel. I didn't know what was going on. It was like Chinese spoken and Mexican subtitles. So I was double fucked. But I would just watch it just to see the fights and stuff.
You were at a double disadvantage with that shit. Not many people are double fucked when it comes to watching anime.
Oh man, it was seriously like Chinese spoken and like Mexican subtitles, and I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, dude, you haven't lived until you've seen Dragon Ball Z spoken by Goku. Speaks it in Spanish. That is a thing of beauty. All right, Gio, I'm going to propose a Dragon Ball Z challenge. Can you? How good is your memory with Dragon Ball Z?
Go for it. I don't know. Pretty lame, but yeah, go for it.
Can you sum up Dragon Ball Z in 2 minutes?
Just Dragon Ball Z, no Dragon Ball?
No Dragon Ball, just Dragon Ball Z. You got to go from the Vegeta Raditz saga all the way to Cell.
Oh my God, Cell, not Boo?
No, Boo. That's right. It finishes off with Boo.
Wait, no, you don't need to go to like.
No GT. GT is not canon.
Damn. Okay.
You think you can do
it? Probably not, but I'll go for it.
Hold on, let me get a stopwatch real quick.
All right.
Give me a sec.
I've never seen all of Dragon Ball Z, to be honest.
I prefer Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, but they're both great either way.
I've only seen up to what was the great like martial arts like challenge or
the
like
martial arts tournament.
That's as far as I made it.
Yeah.
Because that's when it stopped being like aired on TV as often, and I had to wait for each episode. But each episode took forever to come out, and then I just kind of fell off.
And I'm assuming none of you watch Super, right?
No, I need to wait for it to get dubbed before I can watch it.
I've only seen the 2 movies, and I kind of don't want to go back and watch the series, recap the movies. So I don't know.
Yeah, I saw the first movie with bears, and that was it. I didn't see the Frieza ones.
Oh, I didn't like the Frieza one at all. I hated that movie.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. All right, Gio, are you ready for the Dragon Ball Z challenge? You got 2 minutes.
Let's do it, son.
You got to sum up Dragon Ball Z, starting all the way from the Vegeta Raditz saga to the Buu saga.
Wait, so like all the characters and all that stuff, I got to do all that?
Just sum it up as best as you can.
All right, let's go. Let's do this.
All right, hold on, let me get this done. Shut up.
Actually, nervous.
You're nervous about this?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna invent some stuff for this. I'm gonna make some stuff up here. Go for it. 3,
2, 1, go.
Okay, so in a nutshell, what you're talking about is Dragon Ball Z, the epitome of 90s testosterone-fueled awesomeness, basically about Saiyan warriors that come to Earth to blow shit up, fight over the course of many episodes where you just had episodes of everybody just screaming against an opponent that was their ruler, and now like the last Superman-esque character is living on Earth. He grows up, he fights other Superman-esque characters, and then their Frieza Overlord, which is like this white creepy-ass lizard dude, comes up and he wants to kill everybody. And I don't know, Goku likes to eat and likes to fight, and he has a son for some reason. They allowed him to have a son, and everybody likes to fight in this show, and they power up to crazy levels, over 9,000. Vegeta shows up. He's the prince of the former Saiyans, and he goes in and they fight. The Kakarot dies. Then they bring him back because apparently you get 7 balls. You get the balls of the dragon, and yeah, you resurrect people and you fight some more. That's about it. Then you get a green villain, then a pink villain, rinse and repeat, and boom, there you go, Dragon Ball.
You did it in 1 minute 13 seconds. Not bad, actually, man.
That made no sense to me, but I'm pretty sure some DBZ fanatics are probably like, no.
Excuse me, sir. You actually missed this movie in between these 2 that was canon?
Yeah.
You didn't mention anything about Android 13.
It's a shonen. People fight. That's it.
You did it in a minute 13. Not bad, man. Not bad. Pretty good.
You didn't talk about how Mr. Hercules is really Mr. Hell in the original version.
Oh yeah.
Hercule,
Sorry.
Mr. Satan.
You great Sandman Saga at all? You don't know it. You call yourself a Dragon Ball Z fan?
Like Tyler and Felipe are so pissed off right now at me.
Oh, I can't wait for Felipe to see this.
He's gonna be so disappointed. I'm sorry, Felipe. I love you, bro.
You know what? I wish we could get Felipe because he'll probably. I really want Felipe to take the Dragon Ball Z challenge.
Yeah, he'll probably knock it out of the park.
He probably would. He seems like the kind of guy that would knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
How do you guys have that? Like DVD, Blu-ray, or just
Dragon Ball?
I just have it. Yeah.
I have Crunchyroll.
Okay.
I have. What do I have? Dragon Ball Kai is what I have on DVD.
I like
I didn't watch Kai.
You don't like it?
I never watched it. I know it's like annotated and like cut down, and that's why I don't want to watch it. I don't mind the padded episodes and stuff like that.
It's just way too many episodes. I prefer just watching Kai and like be done with it.
I just feel like watching Kai is just like just reading the Wikipedia, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. But like, what's this name? Jesus. With Kai, like several scenes, like animation cells of the old show got burned up and deleted, and they got lost. So they had to redraw certain scenes in the same style as the early 90s, and it just looks horrible.
That must have sucked.
Oh yeah, and suddenly you see the transition from old stuff, new stuff, and then old stuff. It looks so jarring. Oh my god! But you know what?
I can't watch it if they cut out the suicide scene in the first season.
There was a suicide scene in the first season?
Yeah, there's this part where Goku's on Snake Way for like 1 million episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
And he runs across basically what's like a whorehouse. And one of the hookers just like takes a gun to her head for like just randomly for no reason and just kills herself.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember this. Wow. Okay.
I don't know. I prefer my Kai because it's condensed, and I ain't got time for 1 billion episodes of just streaming.
Gio, you forgot one of the most important episodes. Goku applies for his driver's license.
Oh, yep, I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That was
apparently it's okay for him to have a kid, but driving was like a whole thing. So.
Okay, can we all agree on this? Goku is the most deadbeat father.
Oh yeah, hands down.
And Piccolo raised Gohan, not Goku. I'm sure if you look at Gohan's prom photos, Piccolo was the one that took them with him.
Yeah, I remember
paid for the limousine and everything.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Piccolo was the one that gave him away at his wedding. Yeah, the green guy's my father.
So speaking of Dragon Ball, you guys remember when Toonami first started?
Oh, absolutely, man.
They had some great lineups.
The thing with Toonami was that the house that I lived in at the time, it was right across the street from my elementary school.
Yeah.
So I'd get out of school, and Toonami would start at 4 o'clock here. I got out of school at 3:30. I'd book it, just get out of school. I'd haul ass, and I've almost gotten hit by a few cars. I really should be dead at this point. I almost got hit, like on a daily basis, I would almost get hit by cars trying to cross that street because it was just like in the middle of a huge interstate, and it's just cars flying by real quick. And every single day I would play Frogger, but I would be damned if I missed my Beast Wars at 4 o'clock.
Yep. And they started showing the Gundam shows, and what else did they show at the beginning? I remember it was Gundam Wing and I don't know, Sailor Moon or some stuff like that.
It was Gundam. I'm trying to remember what was Toonami's lineup. It changed all the time. There was one point.
Yeah.
There was one point where it was an hour of Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would show the previous day's episode followed by the new episode.
Let me look up the. Oh, okay. We got some in the chat. I am so sorry, guys. Let me read the chat. We had Dragon Ball Z, G Gundam, Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, so many great shows. That's true.
Yeah, G Gundam. I used to love G Gundam.
G Gundam, man, that was Gundam's meet Dragon Ball. That was was on fire.
Yeah, that was good stuff, dude.
Yep.
Now you guys would get Toonami in Puerto Rico, right? Because I know a lot of times you guys got different stuff than what we got at different times, right?
It was pretty much the same thing because we had satellite and cable and all that stuff. But I remember I had satellite, and I would watch Toonami. I would really like Gundam. I didn't really like Gundam Wing. I love the Gundam shows, but Gundam Wing was never. Everybody liked it because they look so cool. I'm sorry, there are better Gundam shows out there. I'm sorry.
Gundam Wing rides more on nostalgia. I've seen some episodes looking back on it now, and I'm like, this isn't as great as I remember it.
Yeah.
The first DVD I ever bought was Endless Waltz.
Oh, Endless Waltz was badass, though.
Yeah, yeah. And what was the other show I would watch? I'd really love Yu Yu Hakusho. That was one of my favorite shows.
I've never finished Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, the ending is so great. I love it.
I stopped Yu Yu Hakusho around the time that
the Dark Tournament.
Yeah, the Dark Tournament. I believe his name was Hiei. When Hiei launched that black dragon from his arm and it fucked up his arm really badly, that's where I stopped off.
Yeah. Then after that, they did the Black Tape Saga and the Three Kings stuff at the end. So it wasn't like a super long show. It was like 100 episodes, I think.
Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah, I think it was 112. I might be wrong.
Does it have a definitive ending? Because I think it's on Hulu. I'm pretty sure Yu Yu Hakusho's on Hulu.
Oh, yeah, it has an ending. It's a pretty good ending, in my opinion. Yeah, Matt is right. Wing is trash compared to some other Gundam series. That's true. I'm sorry.
What's the new Gundam that's out there right now?
Iron Blood Children something.
Iron Blood Orphans. I heard that's not bad.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm going to say something super ridiculous. I'm probably going to get...
If you already did talk about Gundam Wing's not good.
But I'm gonna be, this video is probably gonna get a dislike because of this. But one of my favorite shows was actually Gundam Seed, which is actually one of the worst ones as well. So I'm sorry, Gabe.
Well, guys, we're deep into anime right now. So, how could we talk about anime without, of course, recognizing one of the pioneering anime films of all time, Akira? You have to talk about Akira if you're going to talk anime.
That's a staple right there.
Yeah. And having recently just read the manga, the anime is so much of the manga but compressed. The manga basically ends like halfway through. The anime basically ends like halfway through where the manga keeps going. It's so good.
I gotta read that.
The box set's coming out in October.
Yeah, the box set's coming out. But the anime was so far ahead of its time. Just the amount of colors that they use, the style that nobody at the time thought that you could really do anime in the West and have it be R-rated and people took it seriously. But I was too young at the time when that came out. What year was that? I might not have even been born.
No, that was in 85,
87 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but Gabe, you might actually remember. You were probably too young, also. But when that came out, everybody that was around at that time that told me that it was just like a bomb went off in the industry, and everyone was like, "Holy shit!"
Now I remember going to the video store as a kid and like seeing the poster. I always had like that image of like the motorcycle, and I would always went to my head. But I didn't see Akira until like 1998, 99. Like. I borrowed it from some guy in school, and that was the first time I saw it.
Really?
And it fucked me up. It blew me away. Like, that movie is just craziness.
How at the end, like, Tetsuo's body transformation. There's so many different elements in Akira. There's body horror. There's car chase scenes. There's science fiction. There's so much going on in that movie.
And it still holds up.
And, like, it's all hand-drawn, and you see the entire city just implode in itself. And like all the glass breaking on the buildings, and it's police violence, it's discipline violence in school, it's drug use, there's a little bit of, like, there's some like rapey scenes, you know, also and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
fun.
Like that whole period where everybody started watching in the 90s. That was the oh my god, what was the name? The Japanimation era, if you will, where
Yeah,
people
well,
would just say,
they did a special release on DVD, and that's the first time I got to see it. Is when they did that new release.
the Japanimation era was I remember it was everybody was praising Akira. It was Ghost in the Shell, and there was the Ninja Scroll was the other one.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've never seen Ghost in the Shell.
What?
Never
Yeah.
seen it.
Meaning,
Well-
I know it's on Netflix and stuff, but I just haven't been able to make it through.
And I'm gonna say something else that there's more heresy to it. I've never seen what's that big mecha anime that was really popular. It was like the basis for Pacific Rim.
Evangelion?
I've never seen Evangelion.
Oh wow. Okay, then you got homework, son.
I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start with Evangelion. There's so much going on.
Evangelion has a series, 2 movies, and then a reboot movie series.
Okay.
The TV show starts pretty damn good, and halfway, Hideki Anno gets into a big depression, and he was so depressed, and he wanted to kill himself and all that stuff. So it's reflected in the show, and it gets horribly dark and almost like a suicidal type show, and he just butchered that thing, and it was just a mess. Then when the show finished, he had to make up 2 movies to try and finish the show, and then you couldn't understand shit. It made no sense. So it was a very open-ended series where everybody interpreted their way, and it wasn't until like 2008 where he gathered up some of his former staff and stuff and wanted to do like a reboot and just do 4 movies to reimagine the whole Evangelion universe, more streamlined, more simple. And then when he got to the 3rd movie, it just got so complex and just mind-bogglingly confusing that and he still hasn't made the 4th one, because then he went on to do the Shin Godzilla movie. So now we're getting talks of possibly doing the 4th movie after so many years.
He said he did Shin Godzilla. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
That comes out soon on Blu-ray. I can't wait to see that.
It August 1st, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Evangelion is a staple in the giant mecha series, and it's really psychological. But at the end, it gets, he had some personal issues, and it just goes haywire. But yeah, watch it. It's a mind-raping experience. I think you'll dig it.
So would you recommend that I start out with just watch the movies that are more streamlined, the 3 that are out right now?
Nah, watch the series. Get that mind raping going on.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Just watch the series. It's like one of those things you gotta watch, like all those classic movies and stuff. When it comes to animes, you gotta watch Evangelion and just experience the mind fuck right there.
So it's not like Full Metal Alchemist where I could just watch Brotherhood and I'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, no. Because the reboot is called Rebuild of Evangelion. And they tried, like the first movie is actually really good. I love the first movie. The second one starts getting all trippy as shit. And then the third one, I've seen it 2 or 3. I still can't understand everything that's going on in that movie. He's going down the same path. He wanted to make it more viewer friendly, but it ended up being the same clusterfuck as the series. So, but yeah, watch it. It's giant robots.
Now, have you guys seen Death Note? I'm halfway through it right now.
No, I haven't seen much of any anime. Like, I haven't seen Evangelion. I haven't seen like Full Metal Alchemist.
Gabe, you should really sit down and watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You would like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I keep hearing it. I'm gonna try. I mean,
it's worth it. It's definitely worth your time. It's one of those where it's kind of like the gateway for a lot of people where they're like, I'm not really into anime or manga, and you recommend Full Metal Alchemist, they read it and they're like, holy shit, this is good. Because the thing with Full Metal Alchemist is that it, right off the bat, it hits you with like a gut punch. You're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you get to the Chimera scene.
Poor Nina.
Huh?
Poor Nina.
Where the Chimera scene, where they rip your heart out, piss on it, and then stomp on it in front of you.
Yeah, then light a fuse and just set it on fire right there.
It's
Yeah, because the only anime I've seen is like Vampire Hunter D, Akira, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing. That's really it.
yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. Everybody should at least once try and get into Full Metal Alchemist. That's my opinion because it's so great. It's one of those stories that you really should experience and you'll be rewarded.
Yep. That's part of the appeal of anime because it's so varied. It's not like a regular cartoon where you just, it's very simple and it's funny. No, you get some really complex stuff in there.
And Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it's not that long. I think it's only, like 70-something episodes?
The first series was 51, and the second one was 64.
Yeah, so it's not that long. You can fly through it pretty quickly.
Yep. And, but you were asking about Death Note. I read the manga when it came out, and I love the anime, and I'm probably one of the few here that it's actually pretty excited about the Netflix remake.
I don't know yet. I don't know.
I'm always open to the idea of adapting something and it being different.
Yeah.
Like alternate realities, alternate universes. If comic books have taught us anything, is that there are infinite possibilities out there, and I just see it as that. I don't want to see the same thing, exactly the same thing as the show or the manga, because the Japanese have already done 5 live-action movies, a serial TV drama, an anime. I'm like, I don't want to watch the same thing again. I'd rather see this wild and crazy interpretation that will probably upset a lot of purists and stuff.
Yeah. Confession: I've never seen Cowboy Bebop.
I mean, I love you, bro, but
Goodbye.
I'm out.
You've seen Cowboy Bebop, Gabe?
I've seen like maybe the first 3 episodes.
All right.
Bebop
I love it.
is
Great. I mean, the first episode hooked me. And I hadn't got around to watching the rest of it, but the first episode's amazing. Like, it's just beautiful. The soundtrack, like, I wish they would put that soundtrack out on like a vinyl or something.
Oh my God, seatbelts on vinyl.
It's that good, huh?
Yes. If you like jazz music and Americana, then you're gonna dig the hell out of it.
I've always heard that it's one of those where the dub is actually superior to the subtitle version.
I don't want to stir some heated debates here,
I
but
know it's a debate, but that's what I've heard. I've never watched it, so I don't know.
I don't do subtitles. I don't care.
I ain't got time to read stuff on the bottom of the screen. I'm sorry. Like, I got other shit to do. What if I'm eating? I don't want to eat and read. And
You're gonna start so much shit.
I got 2 young kids running around the house. I can't be there trying to read and be like, oh fuck, dude, get away from that, or something like that.
yeah.
Matt Miranda says, Lewis, Cowboy Bebop now.
Oh yeah.
I would agree.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, and if you're on the fence about it, watch the first 5 episodes. The first one is intriguing, and then the second and third and fourth are pretty damn good. It's the 5th episode that usually hooks everybody, and they want to watch the whole thing.
Right. I've heard. I think it's called Ballad of the Fallen Angels or something something along those lines. That's like one of the most legendary anime episodes that's ever been produced.
It's very John Woo inspired.
I just love the first episode with the pregnant woman and just the whole like. It's very like Firefly meets Archer meets just beautiful Japanese animation. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Where can I find that right now? Is that on Netflix?
It's on Blu-ray. It's on I think Amazon has it, or Hulu. I'm not sure.
One of them has to have it.
The Funimation streaming service, I think.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that.
And but yeah, usually, you know what? I should make a video about anime on my channel, sort of like lists and where to start, all that stuff, because I like talking about it. It's before I was a comic book fan, I was an anime fan. So
you were a weebo.
Yep. Yeah.
You were not a weebo.
No, I'm kidding. I was, growing up, I was pretty shy, so I wasn't too much of a weebo.
Same. I was pretty shy growing up too. Were you the kid that kind of wore the Naruto headband in school and you ran around like this? No. No,
I love Naruto. That's my shit right there. I love that series so much. I have and I have a DVD with me. Just if y'all don't believe me, here's one of the DVDs right there, which I bought recently.
You just pulled that out like nothing.
Yeah, no, because I have a stack of all the stuff I bought recently. I'm imitating Gabe right now, so
I've never seen
I'm all set.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've never seen an episode of Naruto.
Naruto, you know, it's no Citizen Kane of anime, but if you love Dragon Ball Z and you want to watch it ninja style, then yeah, go right ahead because it has a huge cast of characters and world building and all that stuff. That's why I love it so much.
Just real quick, Cowboy Bebop is on Crunchyroll. I'm actually watching it right now.
It's on Crunchyroll?
Yeah.
It's subtitled, right?
I don't know.
It probably is. Crunchyroll has everything subtitled.
Yeah. I don't think they do dubs.
Very little, like 1 or 2 exceptions for a movie or something.
Yeah, this is subtitled. Boo. Boo.
Arigato. Arigato, Gabe-san.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Sumimasen. I don't know. That's all I know.
That's all you know. I was learning Japanese for a while there.
Toshiba. Godzilla.
Sony PlayStation.
Mitsubishi. I am offending people right now. I'm so sorry.
You totally are offending like a small subgroup of our demographic, the Weebos.
Forgive me.
Hey, a few weeks ago, I just found out that cloppers were a thing. So let's not go down that dark rabbit hole because then I'm gonna have to delete this video, and it's not a good rabbit hole to go down.
Well, here's the thing. Back on Cowboy Bebop, Luis, Jess has watched it and loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. He's told me he's watched it and loved it. Yeah. He said I think he said he watched Death Note and he loved that too.
He has a Crunchyroll account, so he's been watching them secretly.
Just does not have a Crunchyroll account.
Yeah, I when I got a Crunchyroll app, I was so grateful for the OmniDog. I'm like, here's my password, man. You can use it. You can watch whatever you want. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then like a few minutes later, no, I made an account. I'm in there. So I think he's watched like Samurai Champloo and a bunch of other shows.
Dark Wolf saying, I'm hearing that a popular anime that's going on right now is My Hero Academia. We just talked about it like an hour and a half ago on this live stream. That was one of the things that I'm reading right now. You need to watch it or read the manga. It's phenomenal.
If you love anime, if you love shonen, and if you love Western comics, it's the right show for you. But yeah, I also, and if anybody's wondering, one of my top 5 anime, I would say would be Full Metal Alchemist, the original one. I love Brotherhood, but I love the original one. Naruto, Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Code Geass. That would be my top 5, I think. I don't know if I said 5 or 6. I don't care.
I need to watch Code Geass. My cousin's obsessed with it. He says it's fantastic.
If you love like an evil Batman with crazy mind control superpowers in a dystopian post-apocalyptic Japan where it's a colony of the British Empire, then yeah, go for it.
Kind of taking it back to more traditional Western.
Yeah, let's go back.
Oh, stuff I could talk about.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, because Gabe was probably like, this is great. I have no experience with this.
No, dude, it makes me want to go back and finish Cowboy Bebop.
Do you remember Wacky Racers?
I love Wacky Racers. Dude, that and Laugh Olympics were the best.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Those are other ones that are, I think, last time I looked, were out of print and going for stupid money on Amazon.
Wacky Racers? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I would like to see? A TV adaptation of Future Quest from the new comics.
Future Quest would be cool. All right, so if you could bring back one cartoon from your past and modernize it, what would you do? Which one would it be? And how would you do it?
Let me think for a second.
Wacky Racers is $12 on Amazon right now.
That's not bad.
Jeez, I can't say Spider-Man because he gets rebooted every year.
All right, I'll go. Give Gio a little bit of time to think.
Yeah.
This just popped in my head. Dino Riders.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Because I think they did like a live-action Dino Riders. That would be like the perfect progression of what we're probably going to get eventually out of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Where we get some dinosaurs and you put them in some fucking armor and some missiles. Oh Oh, that would be so cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Damn, I'm down for that. I just sold myself on that story.
To give Gio a little bit more time, Matt Miranda mentioned Speed Racer, which I cannot think of somebody who is more not qualified to drive a race car than Speed Racer. He would freak out at every single thing in that cartoon. Speed, there's a rock in the road. Oh!
They're bringing back Animaniacs too, apparently.
What? No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're planning a reboot.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I saw the other day that the voice of Wacko, he could still do that the Continent song or whatever it is. Like,
Yeah.
he's doing that off the top of his head.
Rob Paulson.
There was a video of him doing it off the top of his head, and I was like, oh shit.
He that episode, he did that all in one take too.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I got mine. I got 3.
What's your
I would like to see a modern Beast Wars with better graphics.
good one?
I would like to see Tiny Toon Adventures redone in a different animation style, just for fun.
Kind of like Teen Titans Go. I got you. You want it just like
Yeah. But fuck Teen Titans Go, by the way.
That's why I said it.
And the last one I would like to see is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Because I used to love that show, and if they would bring it back somehow with like modern technology and all that stuff and gadgets, that'd be dope.
See, the minute my mind just went to the minute you said Chippendale, I was like the stripper club, like the guy's stripper club. I don't know why my mind went straight there. But Gio, I think, why do you hate Teen Titans Go? What has it ever done so wrong for you? It's a quirky little animated comedy that, you know, people like.
Because this Teen Titans is way better.
Yeah, exactly. Teen Titans was such a great show.
They left that cliffhanger.
Oh my god, you got the DVD. Son of a bitch. Oh man, I need them.
Are they expensive?
I don't know, but now I have something to look forward to.
Yeah, I know what to get you for your birthday then.
I just prefer like Pops and Aquaman stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I would get those 3 shows done, or maybe like Darkwing Duck. I don't know.
Apparently, that might be happening because it's supposed to be tied into the new DuckTales.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait.
Really? Are they
Yeah.
doing like a DuckTales like universe?
They're supposed to be in the same universe now. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? No.
Can't wait to see them in that style, in the reboot style. Oh.
Cool. So you're gonna see.
I met the creator of Darkwing Duck before, Tad Stones. He's a super cool guy.
Yeah,
you got some.
Huh?
You got Gabe got something signed, right, from the creator?
I got all my DVDs are signed, and then I got a sketch from him too.
Nice.
And then when I went to Disneyland a couple of weeks ago, I made a post on Facebook, just like because my wife packed, her and the kids like Disney T-shirts.
Yeah.
And she asked me what Disney T-shirt I brought, and I said I brought the X-Men. I brought an X-Men T-shirt. So that was my little post on Facebook. Just that conversation, real quick. And then later in the day, the creator of the Darkwing Duck, Tad Stone, hits me up on Facebook and goes, "Hey, I saw you on the Dumbo ride. Now I wanted to compliment you on your X-Men shirt, but we lost each other in the crowd."
That's really cool, dude. Speaking of getting complimented, I got probably one of the best. Kind of sidetracking a little bit. I got an extremely awesome compliment today.
Oh yeah.
So this week I saw the Bill Finger documentary. That's on Hulu, by the way, which is incredible. Bill Finger, for those of you that don't know, was the creator of Batman. Fuck the other guy.
Bring tissues too if you watch it.
Huh?
Make sure you have tissues.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant documentary. If you have a minute, if you have like 2 hours to kill, I absolutely recommend it. And I typed in on Twitter, just saw the Hulu Bill Finger documentary, Fuck Bob Kane. And I don't know how she found me, but Bill Finger's great-granddaughter, Bill Finger's granddaughter, I want to say, or great-granddaughter, she was in the movie, actually liked my tweet. It's pretty cool.
There you go.
So that's a Batman royalty found your tweet and gave you a heart. That's awesome.
was pretty cool.
Oh, another show I would love to see get rebooted to like modern age. They probably can't do it because the voice actor died. But Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh
my God, yeah.
Space Ghost.
I would love to see this as like a YouTube channel kind of like spoof parody.
Like a web series.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be pretty cool. So I know we're a little bit older and we're kind of getting late on time here. But what are you guys watching today as far as cartoons? Anything in particular? I'm watching Adventure Time right now.
I'm gonna
Obviously,
say.
Ball Super. I'm keeping up with that.
What am I watching? I'm watching Attack on Titan, Rick and Morty. I don't know, stuff like that.
How is Attack on Titan season 2?
I had no idea where the story was going to go because I haven't read the manga. I dug the hell out of it. I am in shock that it ended, and I can't wait for season 3 next year.
It's over already?
Yep, it was.
Oh.
It was like 12 or 13 episodes.
That was quick.
Yeah, but they're making more, so next year we're going to keep the seasons going along.
Because
It was great.
That was the problem with the first season. It took 4 years to get season 2.
Yeah, but season 2 was amazing in my opinion, and you learn a few details about the origins of the Titans and how they behave and all that stuff, and some hints as to where the series is going. So I can't wait for season 3, man. It ends on such an epic cliffhanger, in my opinion.
Right. I think what's really cool about animation is just how far it's progressed in our generation alone. You had shows that arguably broke the mold. You had The Simpsons, and then after The Simpsons, you had things like South Park, and you had Archer, Family Guy, and people get shit on Family Guy, but some of those early episodes of Family Guy were really brilliant. Like they were ahead of their time.
People might not remember, but Family Guy got canceled like 3 different times. They kept having to bring it back.
Yeah, 3 times. Like people don't remember at Family Guy as that show that it was canceled 3 times, and they brought it, and then because of like the rise of Netflix and DVD sales and things like that, Fox took another chance on it and it blew up.
Yeah. Same with like Futurama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I like the ending of Futurama, where they finally left it off with that final season. I was like, okay, this is great closure. Also had a tear in my eye. Oh man, Futurama, the dog episode.
The dog episode. I knew you were going to say that.
Oh my God, I cried.
That will break any man.
I cried. I will admit, I cried.
Yep.
Like to this day, I can't finish that episode anymore because I just broke down in tears.
This is like the first 5 minutes of Up.
No, because I can watch the first 5 minutes of Up and not blink an eye, not bat an eye.
Man, you have a big come on.
Like I don't know what. Like it's beautiful. The first 5 minutes of Up is beautifully done. It's a phenomenal silent film in and of itself, and I could not blink an eye. But there's something about that episode of Futurama where you see the ending, and then like the dog is. I can't even really talk about it with almost like tearing up right now. It's so good.
Is that a newer episode? Or is that one of your, like the older ones?
That's an old one.
It's an old one.
I might have seen that. I don't remember that show very well. What am I watching? Well, right now there's not many like good like. All the good cartoons right now, for the most part, are like adult-ish, like Archer and Rick and Morty.
You know what?
Bob's Burgers, stuff like that. It's not naughty, like dirty, but it's adult. It's the new Voltron series on Netflix is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen
good.
Oh, you're missing out, dude. It's really well done.
It's really good.
Yeah.
What was the one show from Disney? Gravity Falls. That show's pretty good too. I've seen a couple episodes.
I didn't really get into Adventure Time. That didn't catch on to me. But regular show, I was hooked on regular show bad. And didn't
really
get into that.
Yeah, she introduced me to Adventure Time this week, and like Flapjack and stuff like that. Because between me and her, there's a 6-year difference. I'm 6 years older than my girl, so she saw things that I didn't see. I had kind of outgrown that a little bit, and that was before my time. And she's like, "Oh, you should have seen Adventure Time. Or you should have seen Flapjack." And looking back on these, I'm like, "Wow, these were actually pretty good cartoons."
Yeah. What was the other one with the crystals that people like? It's on Disney, I think,
I don't know.
or Cartoon Network. Oh my God! It's
My
about
life
it's
is all like kitty cartoons right now.
Do you remember Pirates of Blackwater?
Pirates of Darkwater, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that show was great.
Oh yeah, just I can't go without talking about Street Sharks with you.
there you go.
All right, man. That's all right. Street Sharks. How great is Street Sharks?
It's jawsome. That's how great it is.
You know, I vaguely remember. I don't remember too much from Street Sharks as a kid.
I don't either. I need to just finish watching. But I mean, they dove into the street and just like their fins would just chop up the street.
I remember that. Yeah.
So were they normal people? They were normal, right?
They were, and then some science experiment. Of course, this is the '90s. There's also some science experiment. It also reminds me of like Toxic Crusader had a TV show back then.
Mm-hmm.
Darkstalkers, the video game, had a TV show. Mortal Kombat
had a TV show.
Mortal Kombat had a TV show.
Garbage, dude. It's actually on. Me and Luis watched Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation, and
You poor souls.
has like a couple episodes of the show on it.
Oh no, Gio! I would rather watch Mortal Kombat Annihilation on repeat than have to watch Super Mario Brothers again.
Yeah, because this Mortal Kombat was fun. Like Mario was just boring as shit, dude.
Yeah, halfway through Mario Brothers, me and Gabe, we were starting to like, what? Why the fuck are we watching this anymore?
We just been different conversations about this unreal stuff.
And do you remember there was a Godzilla show and Men in Black show too?
Yeah, I remember that Men in Black show for sure.
Just kind of a speed round, just to list off a few things because I know we're getting late. Pinky and the Brain.
Have the DVDs.
Freakazoid. Animaniacs.
Have the DVD.
DVDs.
Crappy. Wow. Creepy Crawlers.
I remember that show. I wish they would put out the DVDs. That show was cool.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I remember that show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mad Max.
Mighty Max.
Mighty Max. That's what it was. Mad Max. Something. Although Mad Max cartoon would be badass.
Yeah.
Did you have the Mighty Max little toy sets that were tiny that you opened up?
Yep, I had that.
They were the the boys' version of Polly Pocket, was it?
Yep.
For girls.
Yep. Young Justice. I've never seen it.
Oh my God.
You're missing out, fool.
I know.
You're missing out.
Everybody's Netflix that shit now.
Is it really that good?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Like after all the DC animated stuff from the '90s, it's like one of the best stuff that it's ever been done with the superhero genre, in my opinion.
I remember there's a scene in Young Justice where it's like Superboy does a great job, Aqualad does a great job, and then Robin walks up to Batman and he doesn't say anything. He just stares at him and then the camera cuts away. Superman is hugging Superboy. Aquaman's giving props to Aqualad, and Batman's just stone cold, doesn't say shit to Robin, and the camera just cuts away. I was like, yeah, that's pretty dead on. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, that show's so good that it got canceled. I'm sorry, that didn't come out the right way. But the show got canceled, and it developed such a fan a following that when it came out on Netflix about a year or 2 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
The fans destroyed it on Netflix so much that now they're going to come out with the third season. They're working on it right now.
They're working on it. And is that set in the Bruce Timm Justice League universe? That's its own deal.
Completely different. I mean, they got Bane in it, but he's not big, bulky, crazy buff Bane. The first season is really cool and kind of cutesy, but the second season where it kind of flash forwards 5 years and everything is different and fucked up. That's the sweet spot of that show right there.
Yeah, because I remember trying to watch it, and I watched the first episode, and I was like, "This isn't really grabbing me." Everybody's like, "Yeah, this is not hardcore, but this is pretty badass stuff that happens here," and I'm like, "I don't see it here."
Because it starts pretty Teen Titans-esque, more family-friendly, and then it progressively gets darker and a little bit grittier as the series goes on.
Like when they start getting into like the origin of Megan and where she got like her catchphrase from and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Shit. And then some of that comes into play later too.
You get so many cool stuff. You get Blue Beetle, you get Miss Martian, Speedy, all these great characters that hadn't shown up on animation. You get all the regular Teen Titans like Beast Boy. You get to see different Robins. You get to see Batgirl, Zatanna. So many great characters. Just fantastic.
You get Connor Kent, Superboy. You get Sports Masters, like one of the main villains of it.
Cheshire.
Katniss, yeah, Cheshire.
I have to ask, does Speedy shoot up?
No.
Dude, like Speedy in this is super cool. Like there's some
Well,
stuff about Speedy in this.
all right, so but he doesn't shoot up. He's not a heroin addict.
No, thank God, no.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and like you get to see like the Justice League as well, and it's
fuck, what's the name of that big guy that shows up at the end with the big spaceship?
Lobo.
Who?
Lobo shows up.
Yeah, Lobo shows up, but I'm thinking of
Mongol.
Mongo shows up. Yeah. I didn't really like the way they did. I love that Blue Beetle's in it, but they made him so stereotypically Mexican that it was just
Oh no!
bad. He was
Does he show up selling mangoes?
like no, like every other word was homie.
Oh my god!
Yeah. The dialogue was a little bit cringeworthy sometimes, but
It's kind of like how Marvel does Miss America now. Or like every other word is Chico. When I was reading that Young Avengers run, I was like I love Karen Gillian. Don't get me wrong, but like every other fucking word is Chico. I'm Puerto Rican. I've never heard almost any single person in my goddamn family say Chico.
nobody says that over here at all.
I don't hear it ever. I don't know.
Oh god, it was like nails on a chalkboard to my ears when every time I read that on the page.
Like, I haven't heard homie since like the 90s. Like it was such a stereotypical Mexican thing that I was like, it was just all the time, and it had like this really squeaky like Mexican kid voice too. Like, but it was awesome because it's Jaime Reyes, and I love that character.
And we did get
a big role. Like they pumped him up to be a big time player, and then the show got canceled. And season 3, hopefully they'll pick up and make him that big time role.
We also got Aqualad, Calderon,
with the hard water swords and stuff.
Yeah.
Black Manta shows up in it. Clayface.
There was a whole episode dedicated to Atlantis, and you see just Aquaman characters. I was in heaven right there. Like, we would never have gotten that in the other shows. You get a full 30 minutes of Aquaman, Mira, Garth, Tula, Black Manta, Ocean Master, oh my god, I need to watch that right now.
And they have the satellite station. They have like the Hall of Justice station.
That Aquaman episode was like, if they could reach into Gio's mind, they just pulled everything out of it, basically.
Yes, it was glorious.
Where Kid Flash had to like run an organ halfway across the country.
That was one of the best episodes, in my opinion.
That was a cool episode.
Yeah.
So basically, just to summarize it without spoiling anything, Kid Flash, Wally West, the kids are getting missions across the world because they're trying to stop some alien invasion nonsense. And Kid Flash is the only one that doesn't get a mission, and he's super upset about it. And Batman is the one that tells them, like, you got to deliver this organ to somebody that needs it, and he has to race across the U.S. It's the middle of winter, and some crazy stuff happens. It's fantastic. Really good episode.
Really cool. That sounds really cool.
And there's a point where all the major adult superheroes go to space and disappear.
Yeah. And
there's just some crazy ramifications that come out of that. That just kind of spawns out the next seasons and stuff. It's a really good show, dude. You're missing out. It's on Netflix.
Okay. Derek, sorry. What?
Yeah.
Derek, the diverse collector, says, can't talk about Street Sharks without talking about biker mice from Mars.
Yeah. Biker Mars was awesome.
Gabe, you got it?
No, I had it. I lost it in the move, but I need to get it again.
It was the sharks. It was bikers, and it was Battletoads.
Battletoads was a cartoon?
It was
only
a
like,
game.
only like one episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you had like Captain Simian and the Space Monkeys. You had Bucky O'Hare. I think Star Fox had a cartoon for a minute.
Yeah.
You had SWAT Cats.
Oh,
SWAT Cats.
SWAT Cats was my shit,
I
man.
have a SWAT Cats hoodie because I kickstarted they want to redo the series over again.
Oh my god, Gabe, Gio, Gabe, do you guys remember? You could be anywhere in the house, but the minute you hear that like that little ringing bell sound, and you hear that guitar kicking on SWAT Cats.
Yep, it's time.
Oh, it's time! I would rush anywhere in the house to the TV to go watch it, and all you would hear in the house was SWAT Cats, and then woo.
Yeah, I mean the whole reason I have a YouTube at all for just the account was I just saved like intros. So I have like all these intros on my like, YouTube channel that I would just post. Cats, Savage Dragon, Spawn had cartoons.
Yep. What else had a cartoon?
Oh man, SWAT.
What about we didn't talk about Tailspin.
Yeah, Tailspin. Loved it.
Weekenders. You guys remember Weekenders?
Weekenders was good. They had different clothes on that show. That was different because they would have like different outfits every day.
Lloyd in Space.
Recess.
Alf had a
Recess.
cartoon.
Alf had a cartoon?
Yep.
Alf was a fucked up ending though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like before he came to Earth, I think, and he was still living on Melmac and hanging out with his buddies and drinking and stuff. Aeon Flux. You guys remember Aeon Flux?
I do, but I never saw it.
I didn't like the art style at all.
The new,
Well, let me see.
I'm going through my shelves. The new Ninja Turtles is shit on Nickelodeon.
Yep.
Best stuff you're ever going to watch.
Let's see, 90s cartoons. I used to like Powerpuff Girls.
I had a DVD of the movie. I had like the old like 1970s Marvels cartoons. There was all like Jack Kirby drawn artwork.
Let's see, Real Monsters.
That was great.
Cow and Chicken.
Love it.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That was awesome.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Mm-hmm. Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
Goof,
Garfield.
you guys remember Goof Troop?
I love Goof Troop.
Goof Troop.
Gummy Bears.
Yeah. No,
That's
not for me.
88.
Aladdin.
Not as great as the movies.
No, not at all. Bren and Stimpy.
Had the DVDs.
Of course. Timon and Pumbaa.
I remember watching it, but I don't remember it that well.
I used to love that. X-Men Evolution.
Never saw it.
That, in my opinion, one of the best X-Men shows.
Oh, that show was the tits, man. I loved X-Men Evolution.
It started kind of campy at first, but the second season onwards, it's straight up one of the best X-Men shows ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they really introduced a lot of stuff. They do a lot with Rogue in that show.
Yep. And they also did cameos on that show for I think Nick Fury shows up, and they were going to do a Cap reference. There's also a Peter Parker reference. There was a lot of references there.
I didn't know this, but apparently there was a Kid and Play cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Macaulay Culkin had a TV show, too, called Wish Kid.
Oh, wow.
And he had a falling star landed in his glove, like his baseball. So every time he hit it, he could make a wish. MC Hammer had a cartoon.
Of course.
Of course.
Life with Louie, Bobby's World, Earthworm
Bobby's World.
Jim, James Bond Jr.
Jim.
Oh, James Bond Jr. was so cool.
Pup named Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
Yay.
That was the 80s, too. Late 80s.
That was the 80s.
They did a reboot a few years ago. I think I've talked about it on this show. I'm a huge supporter of that show, that Scooby-Doo remake.
Rocco's Modern Life, we talked about that. I think we've covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Real monsters, and I mean everything that I keep. Man, I think we've covered Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers, All Real Monsters and Angry Beavers were probably my favorite of the Nicktoons era.
Angry Beavers was the shit, man. I used to love that.
I remember like Two Stupid Dogs. What else is on the old Cartoon Networks? Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Guys, hold on. I got something for you.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just give me a second. After this ad goes. I hate a stupid ad. See how much you guys remember. Hold on. Stupid ad. Hold on. You remember this?
Oh,
No, dude, here.
damn it.
Hey, you should know it.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
That's the SWAT cat thing, right?
Yeah, that's SWAT cat thing.
Yeah. So,
Oh my god, so many good memories.
I think we covered everything.
I think we covered just about everything today.
I mean, we could talk about, like, I really liked, but this is a newer one, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. In my opinion, the best Marvel show ever.
Really?
It was good, man. Like, the animation was not that great compared to other shows, but it was just great. They covered every single storyline in that series. Yeah.
Well, each like the first 8 episodes was just each character got its own episode.
Yeah.
Like an introduction episode.
The Guardians of the Galaxy show up before they were famous because of the movie.
Yeah.
They did a Winter Soldier type story. They did. They were gonna do Civil War, but they couldn't because the show got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
But they also introduced the Fantastic Four. They had Doctor Doom in it. They did the Secret Invasion with the Skrulls. They did Wakanda stories with Black Panther. Spider-Man shows up. Wolverine. Wow. They did the new Avengers with Iron Fist and Luke Cage. They did. They fought against the Kree Empire, and they fought against Galactus too. They did a lot of stuff in that show.
Well, hey, look, we forgot Samurai Jack.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at the intros I have saved on my YouTube channel on the playlist. Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron freaked me out, man.
Because he had that talking dog?
Yeah, and like the animation is just creepy for me.
What about Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Alvin was fun, I guess, but it annoyed me for some reason. I don't know.
Do you guys remember Pepper Ann?
Pepper Ann, I think so.
I remember that, yeah. All right, are you guys ready to kind of call this?
I'm ready to leave or to finish this up. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's been a long night. We've covered your childhood.
Yes, we talked about everything.
If you're probably age of 20 and 40, we talked about your favorite cartoon.
Yeah,
we probably pissed off a few of those fans out there, but it's okay. We love you anyways.
Yeah, I forgot about Beetlejuice. Okay. Beetlejuice. All right, guys. Guys, where can they find you?
You can find me on A Week in Geekdom. That's GEEKDOM, just in case. A Week in Geekdom, where I do reviews on comic books, movie talks. Gonna bring up news shows pretty soon. And I just talk about all the geeky stuff out there. Movies, books, DVDs, all that stuff. And you can find me on your favorite social media platform. Just type it out, A Week in Geekdom, and I'm probably there. Subscribe.
Please do. Show the man some love.
I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna do a giveaway, and I'm probably gonna give away some books. So stay tuned for that.
What are you at right now?
730. I think.
Oh, you're getting there. You'll get there.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Gabe, Infinity Watch. Where can they find you?
Hey, if you guys are into Omnibus collections, comic book convention walkthroughs, 90s comics. Then check out my channel. All of our links are down below.
Mm-hmm.
You have mine, you have Gio, you have everybody. You have the OmniDog, you got Luis. Everybody's channels in the description. I'll be doing some more spotlights on artist editions and 90s comics pretty soon.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who hits me up on Facebook. I got a page, Gabe Infinity Watch YT on there, Instagram. So if you need me, you can find me.
There you go. Guys, you can find me at Hardcover Reviews. All you got to do is type it into that search engine, Hardcover Reviews, and Facebook.com/Hardcover Reviews, Twitter.com/Hardcover Review. And if you want to help a brother out and get some exclusive stuff, Patreon.com/Hardcover Reviews. This week, me and Jess, we put up the new show that's usually reserved for patrons. It was just a one-time thing. Check it out on my channel. See if you like it. If you do, then think about considering subscribing. You get it every week for $5 and a whole slew of other stuff on my Patreon. That's how I keep the lights on. With that said, I'm wishing you all a good night. I'm going to go play Crash Bandicoot because the remaster just came out, and I'm going to enjoy that while eating a bowl of Oreo O's.
Nice.
Awesome. Well,
so wishing everybody a good night, and take it easy. Bye.
Later.
Night, night. Nerddom.
Peace.
Peace.